the screen.
Oh, it is. Hello.
There he is.
Where's
Oh, hello,
Lukey?
mate.
Can you hear me okay?
Who's this?
Yeah, you just cut out though at the beginning.
New player. Let's join the game.
I heard that you
Harry
said, "Can
Boys
you
just
hear
went
me?"
live.
Okay, but it just said, "Okay."
Awesome. I'm going to send that to
Okay, can you hear me now?
my bro because he's
Yeah.
going to
I can hear you now.
hear you before.
Hear me
Yeah.
now.
Before, mate.
Hear me now.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Ooh, look at all this. I've got a carrot.
Where's Becca though?
Where's
Hang
Becca?
on, let's make sure.
Oh, if you
can't see.
can't see
Lord.
somebody, highlight, hover over your own picture and press the little refresh thing. Everything will cut out like this, which you won't hear.
There's Dunge. Hey.
Becca.
How's it going, Chris?
That's a very stylish combo. You could be modelling like life insurance or something. You're like, just connect to one of our
Helpline.
competent careers advisors. And you'd be like,
Yeah.
let me just bring that up for you.
Yeah. Oh, looks like you're going to die soon, so we can't give you any life insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, see if I can use this old Sparko software then, Rob. How do you get it to work?
Hey, just open. Have you got it installed?
I have it now, yeah.
Yeah, open it up.
Open, ticked it.
Yeah, so it should be. Are you using a webcam?
Mm-hmm.
So there'll be a list like Canon camera, Nikon camera, webcam.
Yep,
So you need to
sees
tick
my
that.
webcam, yeah. Seems to see the webcam.
And you're showing up in the right-hand side, like you can see your face in there.
I am. It's not moving though, which is weird.
Oh yeah, Luke's getting spark soft as well.
I just actually, weirdly enough, I just want to use it to zoom me in slightly.
Yeah.
Well, I won't
So
fuss too much.
it's not showing like proper video, like moving video in the preview screen.
It's not, no. Properties.
So Chris, what can we see in the background of your new house?
Oh,
Background
no,
of our
it
new
is
house.
working.
You can see like
Oh,
plant
that's lovely.
and a mirror.
Nice.
And on
That's better.
on the left, you can just about see a little dinosaur.
Oh, the little orange nightlight that you bought for Arwen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Lovely.
This is the...
Oh, nom, 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 nom.
Okay, Luke,
Oh,
on the left-hand side,
there he
there's
is.
an
I remember
effects
him.
tab
Oh,
next to
her.
device.
Could be a girl.
Hold
Could
on,
be.
I just gotta...
Hope not.
Are you still enjoying it, Chris, your house?
Yeah, loving it.
So
Brilliant.
It's all good. It's a bit dark this
Excellent.
thing. That's brilliant. Luke, have you got this going in? Oh,
Yes. Amazing.
All right. Okay. How do I do it then?
I can tell
Require a restart.
immediately it's going to be a massive distraction, but I just want to zoom it in because I want my head to be the same size as all of your heads. I'm also going to reposition my webcam so it's down here. So I feel like everyone else has a better angle. Oh, that's no good though. So what? Bloody good webcams, aren't they? Side view.
Spark Soft. Oh, right. I just did Spark Soft, and that's available if anyone wants to buy that.
You're going to domain snipe all of the thousands of people who go to
Yeah.
Sparko Camp.
Yeah. I'm going to download it as well then.
Do I have an Intel Pentium 2 gigahertz or equivalent AMD?
No.
Is this?
I expect it's only PC.
Oh dear.
Is
of
it?
course.
Oh, so I couldn't use it.
Not necessarily.
Well, I'm
Spray
gonna.
me
Look, it says it's a .exe file. Does that mean anything to you guys?
Can I email it to you?
Oh, it is an exe. Oh, yeah. Okay. Never mind.
dear.
Oh, well. Never mind.
I've got digital tilt.
Enjoy yours.
Amazing.
I wish I wanted to. I was really hoping I had some dress up stuff to like look weird as the DM, but I have nothing in the house.
Really?
Shame,
What about
yeah.
Jem's old stage costumes?
Oh, that's all at someone else's. Normally at her dad's,
Oh.
which is weird, but he likes it.
He likes it.
He likes it. Now
Say no
streaming.
more. Say no more. So who have
this
we got
is-
to come?
We've got Joss, Sybil, played by Laura, and Alan. There's we've got a lot of players, guys,
That's great.
Yeah, there's
which
quite a
is
few.
quite intimidating. But
Oh no, it's all good.
You'll be fine, man. you know how it goes.
I hope everyone likes sitting around waiting for other people to decide what to do, because that's going to be the theme of the night. Your colour keeps changing, Rob. You keep
Yeah, I'm
flashing
just
blue.
messing around.
Oh, Luke, Zach's calling you.
Oh, he's watching me on the stream. Hello, Zach.
Is Zach there? Hello, Zach. Hello, Zach.
I can't talk to you now, mate. We're getting ready to play.
Go on, answer.
I'll just text him. Hold on.
See on the stream.
How can we see Zach? If you're there,
He's
type hello.
No, he's not in there. He's on Twitch.
Oh yeah, I can't see then, can I?
I haven't invited him to this.
Zach says, I'm in your stream. Hello, mate.
Is he a potato from Japan 96?
He is potato from Japan.
If he was playing this game, he'd already get inspiration.
Yes. Yeah. Inspiration point.
I think I might have my brother watching as well.
Oh.
Waiting on.
Hi, Adam.
Right,
And doing shout-outs for free.
In that case, enjoy the stream,
hand
Zach,
out.
and don't tell
Hand
your
out
dad
everyone's
I'm
address,
swearing.
so.
Yeah. So what can we do with this then? Scene. Oh yeah. Oh.
So let's pass the time by having a quick look at what Sparko can do. This session is brought to you by Sparko.com.
Luke, you can load your own PNG files. So, like, I added a little tier.
Oh yeah, look.
It's like a water balloon.
Yeah, I couldn't get it any smaller.
Where is it? What are we looking at?
Look at Rob's got a
added
tier.
A big tier.
Oh dear.
So why can't I add?
I've got various lighting effects.
Why can't I add a scene?
Oh, that's good. Yeah, notice that, Chris. Very nice. I like the uplighting. Yeah, that's good. That's
Scene
good.
has a little tick box at the top left.
Yeah, I've ticked it. I'm expecting. I guess it needs
How
a
do you
green
not
screen.
have the logo? You didn't. You paid for that software, Luke?
No, it's like the glasses and the things aren't working. It just controls my
So
camera.
just zoom.
Yeah, it just seems to do the zoom. How funny.
Zach's watching. Here's our little cat, Tom.
Hello, Tom.
If you can see Tom. He's fast asleep. Bless him.
You have to press record. No, you don't press record, do you? So you literally just open it up and it works.
It takes over this as the system's webcam. So if you press your Windows key and just type webcam, and then you'll see something pop up, say camera.
Well done, Chris. It needed to be done.
You'd think that, wouldn't you, Rob? But Windows 10 seems to vary from machine to machine with what it
Oh,
tells
just because I did say starting at 8, so if everyone's ready before, then we can go before.
Yeah.
Bed earlier.
Camera
Yes,
privacy
you know me.
settings.
Trusted Microsoft Store app.
Can anyone see my new? I've got a new profile picture for Lord Jones, but it was painted 300 years ago. Yeah. It's not, but it's just a random Regency gentleman. That was taken 300 years ago.
Wow.
But you know, he's got like an illusion. So he's really actually a very, very old man, but he's got illusions on him to make him look like he's a young, young person.
Like a Dorian Gray.
Have you read Dorian Gray? Yes, exactly like Dorian Gray. So it's kind of like the paint now and again when he's concentrating on something, you'll kind of see behind the mask, and you'll see he's like a withered old Mr. Burns character, which is quite good. But yeah, Dorian Gray character, exactly.
Oh, he's got the logo.
Yeah, but
Watch
I'm also
out.
frozen. I'm just a still image now.
It's fine.
Well, it's good that
it's a
you've
good look.
got a flattering.
It's a good
flattering
look.
A
shot of
wry
you.
look in your
Yeah.
eye.
That's so weird.
Very cool.
Yeah, look at my face. Look how intensely I'm listening.
You do
I
look a
can't
lot
hear
like.
you, Luke. Actually, I
Yeah,
can
your
hear you in
mic's
the
gone as
room,
well.
but.
Yeah,
of
because that
course.
would be a serious system software failure if you couldn't hear him in the room.
Really bad.
Yeah, Becca needs,
That'll
Where's he gone?
affected my living room.
Becca needs a software update.
Oh, Joss has popped up. That was up.
Hello, Joss.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hello, mate.
Oh, Laura says here, but she's
Laura's
not, is
here, but
she?
She isn't. Come on, Laura.
Does she know how to log on?
I imagine it just does it.
Maybe.
Josh, Just
Am I even in the right
Shower.
place? She says.
Did you recently take a shower?
I am on the roll thing. She's in the roll thing.
Yeah, click join game.
Hold on, how come I can hear... Oh,
Yeah.
there's Joss. Joss was underneath Becca. That's weird. Hi, Joss.
Yeah, you can grab and move each person. I've arranged you in order of... Oh, don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry about the order. The order's not important.
Yeah. So
what's
Laura
happening?
is in. What is Laura doing? Laura says she's here, but she
Laura
isn't.
says she's here.
And she clicked launch.
My own one. Let's see. My own one. It says launch game. Launch game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you saying this to, Becca? Is she watching the stream?
I don't think she's
Or are you
watching
doing
the
this on
stream.
WhatsApp?
My own. Oh, I see.
She's gone into her own...
What's it called? The game?
Miracle Jack.
It's called...
Miracle.
Yeah,
It's called Miracle Jack.
Jack backup.
Not Miracle Jack. No, not Miracle Jack backup.
There she is.
Oh, yes.
Shit. Now we're just waiting for the...
Awesome.
We've got 2 out of 3 dwarves here.
Hmm.
I have no camera.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, that looks like...
mysterious.
There.
Hello.
Hello, mate.
Oh,
Hi, guys.
Hey.
I'm feeling a bit stupid.
Oh, why?
Well, it took me a while to work out what I was doing, but now I'm
No,
here.
you're here. You're here. Where's your? Have you got your a webcam?
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out how to put that on. Can you see me
Nice.
No,
Not
we
yet.
see you
No,
less.
we could see it a minute ago, but it looked like your thumb was over it. It was all red.
Yeah, it did. I mean, it
Ooh,
looked quite
there's
scary.
Alan.
Oh, my
Final dwarf.
goodness grief. It's going to be an early session.
Alan.
Oh.
There he
Hey.
goes.
I'm going to arrange all you dwarves together.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Laura, I think you've either muted it or turned off the...
Oh yeah, Laura, we can't.
press the camera icon again.
Yeah, hover over your own picture, and you should see a camera
Can you
icon.
hear me, guys? Sorry, I've just closed down the.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear
Yep,
you
we
now?
can hear you.
How do you
Can't
move
see
the
you.
things around?
I've got a pause button on mine.
Yeah, so if you hover over your...
Got it.
there you are, mate. Hello.
Oh, I've just got a missed call from Zach.
It's
Zach.
everyone.
Hi, Zach. Hi. I can't talk to Zach, can I? On this? No. Yeah.
Not on our Wi-Fi at the front here. It probably wouldn't work.
No. We haven't got a very good signal in our house, Zach. If you're watching.
Who's
Everyone.
that?
Oh, it's Nick's
Zach's my nephew.
Our
Say hello to Zach,
Say hello
everyone.
to Zach.
And Jaden's
Hi,
probably
Zach.
I
with
should
him. Hey,
mention
Jaden.
we are
Hi, Jaden.
streaming live on the internet.
We are live on the internet, so...
Yeah.
Don't do anything you wouldn't want.
How's Rob got that thing
Upwards of
over
4 or
his
5 viewers.
He's got magic tricks up his sleeve.
How do I move everyone around
Bottom left
the screen?
of their video. Just hover over their name, you can drag and move. Cool, here we all are then.
Yeah. How is everyone? All good? Oh, so who doesn't know people? Joss and Laura need to meet each other.
Hi, Joss.
Hello, Laura.
But what better way to get to know each other than playing D&D?
Exactly.
So, yay.
True.
So take it away, Luke.
Yeah, no, not this time. I was going to say though, Laura, if you're on the right-hand side, you'll have a little picture. There's like a few different columns. We'll probably spend most of our time in the chat one, which is the first one, but the next one in says journal. You should find your character sheet in there.
Got it.
So yeah, you got that open, and that's it. Now I need to shut up and let Chris talk.
That's how you roll. I don't have 3D dice enabled. Is that okay? Because it uses a lot of memory, I think. And I think with like 7 cameras, that might be a bit much.
Yeah, good point.
But Laura, if you click something in your character sheet, say like if I ask you to make a perception roll, it should roll it in the chat window.
Okay.
Unless you want to roll your dice and calculate it all in real life, but it adds everything for you.
But yeah.
So if you try doing that now, and we can see if it comes up, because this is my first time using these things as well.
Do I do it through the journal roll bit?
Rob failed at intelligence. Well, he got better and better each time he tried.
Practice makes perfect.
Sorry, what was that, Laura?
Do I do that in the character sheet?
Yeah, so if you just click on perception in your character sheet, and you'll notice that there are tabs. It will say like core, spells, and bio.
Perceptions in that sort of left-hand.
Yeah.
There.
Where is the character sheet?
Let me look. Sybil.
Characters.
So
Oh, I see.
sheet, and you've got core, bio, and spells
Awesome.
in the top right.
The
So
tiny
you click
screen doesn't
core.
work on my laptop.
What doesn't work?
I can't see anything because it's really small. Sorry, I'm just. I've got perception. So if I just click on it, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Works. Yeah. Awesome.
Wow. So why does it roll advantage?
I guess that's like varies from game to game, however you've got it set up, but it rolls advantage by default sometimes, just so it's easier. But in this instance, if you didn't have advantage, you take the first roll.
So is there a way of enable advantage? Advantage dice. Can you try clicking it again?
I've got some wine, Laura. What have you got? Tea.
Tea.
Nice.
I think actually, Chris, you do that outside of the game.
Okay. Well, we'll go for whatever's on the left, unless it's advantage.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry. What was that? What do I need to do now?
Well, I was saying, if you wouldn't mind just clicking, I don't think it'll work, but we're just trying to.
Do it again.
If you click perception again, yeah.
Done it.
No. That's okay.
What were you looking for?
No, it
Chris?
still did too. So what we're going to do is we're just going to choose the one on the left because it always rolls advantage.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember that when you get advantage, you like roll it twice and then you choose the higher number. So I think it's always going to do that.
It didn't do it for Rob, which is weird, but whatever.
Okay.
They're doing it for
Unless that's like
it's a skill, because it's a skill check. If I do Constitution, yeah, it's a single roll. If I do Acrobatics, it does. Oh.
Just Laura.
I'm missing a screen where all this is happening.
So if you then click back on in that right-hand column, at the top there are some icons, and the left icon is the little chat screen, the little chat icon, and then you scroll to the bottom of that.
Okay.
And also, if you get tired of like talking, you can just type things.
Tell you what, Laura,
so, yeah,
just as another test, could you do like history, for example? It's just up a little bit from where perception was.
Yep. Let me go back to my.
Oh, there's perception. I just did mine, by the way, just to see if that works.
Did you say history?
Yeah, just see. Oh, still gets advantage. Okay, no, I don't know. Don't know then. Don't know why that's happening.
Wow. Well, that's good. Laura's going to have a good game, everyone. So,
yeah, roll twice for
right. So we'll
Laura, I'm called Sybil.
Yeah. Well, Sybil's going to have a good adventure.
Yeah, Sybil.
Laura's going to have a good game.
Laura, you haven't met my character. I'm a man now. My name's Lord Jones.
Oh, Jones.
So my first name is Lord, but I am also a Lord. So I'm Lord Jones.
That wasn't. Okay. Well, I think. Welcome everyone. We'll wait for Joss. Oh, there's Joss. Hi, Joss. Should we play some D&D?
Yeah.
10 players. Right. I'm going to load up the handout. My notes on what I call the pep talk. So this is something I wrote. It's a two-parter, so it should be like tonight and then whenever we all next get together. And it sort of follows on from like the way Luke and I have designed this is that they're all sort of like we just take turns in the hot seat basically, but the adventures aren't particularly like too related, if you see what I mean. So I was just going to give you all some tips with 6 players, which is a little bit intimidating. I'm going to say we're not going to worry about the rules too much, mainly so I don't have to worry about the rules too much. Sort of make it up if we're like unsure. I would also say like we'll just try and keep things moving. Don't worry about spending lots of time to try and like make the perfect move every turn in combat. So like, you know, if you just do something and then it gets your group into trouble, then, you know, these things happen. It could be fun. And I want to see some creative shit tonight. So yeah, let's do it.
Here's to that.
We start. So you should all see Adventurers Wanted.
Yes.
On your screen. So Grunthrum Colbotter, who is played by Joss, and Riffraff Bugrace, played by Rob. Aladdin, the Paladin, and Lord Jones have been riding back on their way to Steelwood from a foggy mansion that is no longer and possibly never was. And no sooner do they arrive back than Lord Jones checks the notice board looking for work for the newly formed H.A.H.A agency. And there's nothing of note. Lord Jones doesn't see anything there. But who has a character who is of good alignment?
I'm evil.
I think I'm good. I am good.
I'm lawful neutral.
I'm goodish.
Any advance on neutral? Taking bids on neutral.
Otherwise, I'm lawful as well. You know.
Are we all the bad guys? That's quite cool.
I'm good. I think I'm good.
You aren't there, sadly, Sybil.
Oh, I'm not there. I'm not there either.
I'm pretty sure I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Paladin.
Yeah, right at the top.
Paladins are normally pretty stand-up citizens.
I don't care
what you see. What you see is the note on the screen that says "Adventurers wanted, non-specific job offer, risk of injury or death, 1+ adventures worth of experience required. Apply to the Neverwinter City Watch."
I'm really sorry I accidentally drew on it as well. I didn't know what I was doing.
I don't know. Yeah. Can I this might sound like I'm power mad, but can I stop you doing that anyway?
I don't know. It'd be great if you could. I don't want to mess anything else up.
Drawings.
Yeah, you just clear them off, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, clear. I don't know if it's just going to clear my drawings as well. Right, I'm not going to do it again because I know what's going to happen. As soon as I do something. Who was that? Hang on. That was Alan, because I can see his colour. Right. Well, so is that a tick? Is that you ticking it after having read this note? Right, this one sounds good. So you can show it to the H.A.H.A agency. I don't know if Lord Jones wants to do an Arcana check on it.
Okay, yes, I will. I am going to do an Arcana check. Bear with me. I think I minimised. Oh, did I? Yes, I did minimise it. Okay, Arcana.
Wow, that's a good first roll.
Okay.
Hi.
Wow. Well, you are, as it's a great surprise to you to learn, as it is all of you, that only good characters can read this note. It's been enchanted. So you suspect it's because it's the Neverwinter City Watch, and so this is where I have to speedily get you out of Steelwood into the beginning of the adventure. So you decide it's attempting sniffing the possibility of decent pay. Lord Jones gets everyone together after a night's rest and restock. You head off before first light for the great city of Neverwinter, riding hard for days, eager to answer the call for adventure before anybody else does, until finally, at sunrise on your third day's ride, you see before you the great spires of Castle Never and the sprawling city of Neverwinter, the Jewel of the North. It's also one of its other names. A comedy bonus fact is this city of skilled hands. So we'll see what adventures await us within. How does everyone feel about cities? Are your characters like country bumpkins or city people?
No, I'm used to going to cities and visiting other lords in their manor townhouses.
High society.
Their penthouses, you know. I know someone actually who lives on the very top of the castle in their penthouse there.
Oh yeah, no, just name dropping. Is that what Lord Jane says?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Riff Raff, I don't know much about you other than
complete
chronic gambling addiction. Complete country bumpkin. Wow. So, well, you all head down towards the City Watch to report in for duty, and so that's this point that we join Sybil Silverpoint. Where the hell have you been all this time? I don't know if you have any. You what?
I've been preaching.
Preaching.
Dark.
Okay, so
I'm not used to this light.
Well, this light, or you can have a fun session. Oh yeah, that's a good point. We did notice that technically you're not like supposed to be in daylight very well, but I think we're going to say that unless it's like a really sunny day,
you've got loads of sunscreen on.
Pardon. Yeah, exactly.
I've got my factor 50 on.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not used to life above ground.
No.
Yeah.
That's why the city is a bit dazzling for me, but I'm sure Lord Jones can show me around.
I'm sure I can. I'm sure I can, Sybil.
As a trained rogue and generally person experienced in the underworld, you have various contacts. Not to cast aspersions onto your, onto your profession or anything, as to your alignment, whether you're good and evil, but you've basically been set up for a meeting, someone that might have some work for you.
Is it a date?
I mean, it's starting as a business meeting, but like these things always are, there's always the opportunity to steer it in the direction that you want. And so you've been told to go to the Neverwinter City slums.
Oh, yuck, this is revolting.
You've been told you're going to go to the rubble of an old mill, which is a place that sort of has grown up into a park and overlooks some of the slums, kind of from the view that you see where you are. So this is the night before, while the other people are still riding, and you've basically been told to remove your hood to show that you're a drow, and that's how they'll recognise you.
Okay.
And so you arrive at this mill, overgrown sort of weeds, wildflowers, and the only thing you can see about 60, no, maybe further, about 100 feet away from you, right at the edge of this park, just before it sort of drops down into looking over the city, is a 6-foot cube of smoke, or what looks like smoke or haze or some weird cloud. What would you like to do?
How far away is it?
So yeah, so it's
I'm on my
about,
own totally. Am I?
yeah, so it's just you. It's about 100 feet.
Oh,
sorry, what
right.
did you say?
Sorry.
You can do a perception check. You could do
Can I see where it's coming
survival.
from? I think I'm going to have to do. No, I don't want to be stupid and walk into the smoke. My lungs are not used to being under the underground for so long. So I think it's probably a wise move if I just do a quick see what's around me check. Let's do
Right, okay. So
perception.
if you roll perception. So you're going to have to take 9 for that. You can't see anyone else around or anything else around this cloud. It's not moving, but it's quite a still night. I'll let you roll a survival or a nature check, whichever you have as highest.
Both the same.
So click on.
I'm going to go for survival.
Okay.
Oh, no, actually, I'm going to go for nature.
Oh, nice.
Double teams.
I mean, you've seen some poison gas clouds in your time, but this doesn't look like traditionally a sort of poison gas cloud. So what do you want to do?
I think I'm going to. Can I go survival now?
No, I'm going to say that from this position, that's as much as you can make out.
What about insight?
Insight would be to read someone's emotions.
Yeah. Can I walk around the area
to get another view of it?
Yeah, just to get another look. So should I roll another perception?
Yeah, roll another perception if you like.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so you're pretty sure there's no other sign of anything around here that could be either your contact or related to your contact other than that foot of smoke, because the area is just abandoned, this immediate sort of area.
What about if I climbed up on one of the houses and just have a look?
So as you're just starting to do that, you actually see a hand come through the mist, through the fog, and just cough. And then it seems to sort of disperse, and you realise it's cigarette smoke. But then before you can really get a look at this person, they seem to have taken another drag and coughed some more, and it's sort of it's back again. But you don't think that they've seen you yet.
Okay, and do they look? Can you tell me whether they look evil or they look good, or if they're a drow, or what they are?
The hand you saw was like white skin, looked like a woman's hand. You couldn't tell the species.
I am naturally quite charming, so I'm wondering whether I might should go up to the person. I'll put a bit of my robe back on just to cover for myself from the smoke. Just go and ask them.
So do you have your hood up or not at the moment?
Well, I know we're supposed to have it down to show that we're drows, show that I'm a drow.
Right.
Just cover my mouth a little bit with it, so you can still kind of half on, half off.
Right.
Nice.
Okay, so as you approach, again, you see this hand like wafting around, and this woman, you see it's a woman, cough, and you see that she sort of looks at you and then looks away again. You just make a check for them. Okay, so you feel like she notices that you're a drow, and she says, are you Sybil Silverpoint?
Yes, I am.
And she says, take a seat. It's me you're meeting. And then she like does all this to try and get rid of all the smoke. She's like, sorry, filthy abbot. You get a good look at her, and she says, in fact, she offers her hand to shake. She says, DCI Hardtack, pleased to meet you.
Oh, DCI.
Lovely to meet you.
She says DCIP Hardtack, in fact. Lovely to meet you. Is this already turning into a date? You get a good look. You get a good look at her. She's about 50, grizzled, sort of the classic sort of like alcoholic police officer vibe. 50 years old. She's got all sorts of scars on her face. She's got a massive like sort of like ginger hair, and one of her ears is showing, and it's like you feel like she's like quarter elf or even quarter goblin or something. Like she looks really gnarly. And she says, yeah, pleased to meet you. Have a seat. Thanks for coming.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm waiting for you.
I feel so flattered.
And sort of, reminiscing. And she sort of gazes out wistfully over the city slums for a moment. And then she says, sorry, where was I? Right. I suppose we better get down to business. She's quite like to the point, despite her lengthy gas cloud intro. Okay, so let's see. So she says, right, I've got a job for you. I've heard that you're a capable type, and you certainly look it. She looks you up and down. And she says, and you get the feeling like she trusts you, like she knows that like the person vouching for you is in good stead with her, and she says, okay, so the Zentarin, and I should let you all know that you don't have to remember this bit. This is going to be on a handout, but I'm going to read it first just so that you have it. But then you'll have it automatically added to your notes in a bit. The Zentarin, the Bat Network, they're smuggling a drug called rhubarb in the city.
Rhubarb.
And she picks up from the side of her like a big sack of this stuff and slumps it down. And it's like this sort of pinkish sort of powder. And she like dips her finger into it and rubs it in her gums. And she's like, oh, horrible stuff. But in fact, if you make a nature check, Sybil. What was that? Okay, so you don't particularly notice anything about the rhubarb itself. You don't know anything about it. You don't recognise it. But she says, this stuff is horrible stuff, and it's a disease in this city. And she sort of takes another rub of it and goes, oh, horrible stuff. Cigarette? Sorry, I forgot to offer.
Oh, no, thank you. My poor lungs have been under earth for such a long time. But I might try a bit of the rhubarb.
I didn't realise how received pronunciation Sybil was.
Oh, she's brilliant.
Did she go to finishing school down in the Underdark?
Yes, darling, yes.
Brilliant.
She's like, well, Okay, I mean, help yourself, but I've got a job for this rhubarb, so don't just. I mean, feel free to try it, but don't go crazy, you know. So she says we've intercepted this this shipment of rhubarb. It was supplied by some other Zentarim, some other people from the Black Network. We arrested them, but we don't know where it's going. We think it's going to a man called Miracle Jack.
Miracle Jack.
Miracle Jack.
Who is the owner of the Miracle Bathhouse in the city. I believe that he's a high-level Zentarim operative. He's putting this thing into street corners, schools, homes, and I want him stopped. And she sort of gazes wistfully out and looks a bit sad. She sees, what do you see here? You see a couple of things. You see, you see down through an open window, about 100 feet ahead of you and down, you can see an old man coughing in a very dirty-looking bed. It's quite a hot night. Through another window, you can see a crying child who is nagging her mum, and the mum seems like for food, and the mum seems to be off her tits on some sort of drugs.
Rhubarb.
Could be.
Rhubarb.
You get that feeling that.
Rhubarb feeling.
Yeah, exactly. And she says, so what we like you to do, and don't worry, I've assembled a team of adventurers to help you out with this, capable sorts, so I've heard. She says, we would like you to pose as Zentarim operatives and complete the delivery, track the rhubarb all the way to the destination, which I'm almost entirely sure is Miracle Jack. Get a photo of him with the rhubarb and then take him into custody. When she says photo, she doesn't actually say photo. She says she gives you a scroll of a spell called Silent Image. And she says if you use this, it's a one-time use thing. It will create an image of whatever it can see. She says it's imperative we get a picture of him with the rhubarb. Otherwise, the conviction won't stick. And so we think that the drop off for this rhubarb was supposed to be somewhere in the docks, but that's all we know. So we need you to follow it all the way to the source or to the destination. So we know where Miracle Jack's base is, basically. She said that he owned the Miracle Bathhouse in the city, but she's sure that he wouldn't sort of mix his two businesses, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
And then at this point, she also says I'm going to attempt something here. She also says something to Sybil that none of the rest of you hear. So let me see if I can do this.
Private message, Sybil.
Yeah, basically.
Can do that in the
so
chat.
Luke, once I've made this in Laura's journal, I can just, when I click show to players, it'll only show to her. Is that right?
I believe so.
Everyone close your
Well,
eyes.
let's hope so.
Wait,
Otherwise,
Chris.
everyone's going to have to.
Yes, I've got it.
Yeah, I don't see anything, so yeah, that works.
We'll go into my notes.
So this is now in your journal, so you don't have to remember this, but just give this a quick read, Sybil. This is something that she says to you.
But don't read it out loud, right?
But yeah, don't read it out loud. Okay, and we're almost over with the big exposition at the beginning.
It's great, I love it.
I love it.
So, finally, she says, also the City Watch we were working on someone trying to get him to turn double agent. But at the last minute, he disappeared. He went off the radar. I figure that something happened or he got scared. So he's still in there. He might have valuable information for us. And she says, I can't tell you who he is to protect his identity, but try not to kill him. Basically.
Okay. Yep, for that guy.
Okay. So, and with that, she says, right, it's, you see the sun starting to rise. She says, I was born here. If you wonder why I was gazing wistfully out at the cityscape. And then she sort of looks self-conscious as if realizing that was a weird thing to say out of the blue. And at that, we will move on to...
Let the game begin.
We will move on to the H.A.H.A agency. So Grumthrum, Riffraff, Lord Jones, and Aladdin, you are met by Gary the guard at the Neverwinter City Watch, and he says, "Oh, adventurer's job, yeah, through here. I'll tell you. I'll lead you to the place where the adventurer's job starts." He says, and yeah, he's new, and takes you through the police station. There's like all manner, or the City Watch like headquarters. There's all manner of people waiting for like parole interviews and things. Like the biggest bunch of like everything from high-class businessmen to sort of like goblins that seem to be more sentient than the others, who are going through the justice system. And it leads you through to sort of like this holding room, and you open the door, and what you all see is, let's have a look. And you are met by an enormous, I would say about 8 foot tall, maybe taller, what you think is a woman that none of you have ever seen before.
Oh, hello.
And she looks a little bit like that.
She's a bit friendly.
She does look
and
friendly.
She says, this is the other adventurer who's reported for duty. She said something about, and she says, sorry, what did you say your name was again? Gary says, oh, I'm doing the wrong accent now. Hang on, sorry, what did you say your name was? What did you say your name was again?
Cloyden Thervu.
Oh.
Hey.
Hello, Cloyden.
Hi, Cloyden.
Nice to meet
Cloyden.
You can call me then.
Then.
Sorry.
It's never confusing.
No, yeah. So, Cloyden, you're here to. Gary says, well, DCI H.A.H.A will be here in a moment, but Cloyden said that this rhubarb drug you'll be tracking is made from a root of a tree that's very precious, wherever he comes from, he says, calling it him a he.
She.
She's got a
oh yeah, sorry.
She's got a
check your privilege, mate. Check your privilege.
My mistake. My mistake.
Voice and a large nose.
Yeah. Did Cloyden go to finishing school as well? Because
No,
quite liking this voice.
You might have gone to the same one as Sybil.
That's she went to a school very similar to mine.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see what happens here. At this moment, DCI Hardtack and Sybil enter, and Hardtack looks at the young fop man, 3 dwarves, and like an 8 foot tall giant, and says, "Gary, this is supposed to be undercover." He's like, are these really the only ones that turned up? Like, yeah, I said, well, they look quite capable to me. She's like, yeah, fair enough. And then she says, right, these are your adventurers. Is 40 gold each okay?
Yes, I'm sure that you. What do you think, guys? Maybe 50?
Well, if you say yes, that's fine with me.
That's
fine.
Go up 50. Push it a little
50
bit.
we could do. I think you're struggling for to fill this position. So 50, I think, will suffice.
Okay, bloody hell. She looks at you and says, "You're worse than my 6th husband."
But not as handsome, surely.
So how do you make like a flirting check? How this works?
Can I do a flirt? I guess charisma.
That's going to come in handy.
Like performance, I guess, or persuasion. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever you want, Lord Jones.
Charisma.
Just generic charisma. That's a charisma save. So do one of the charisma skills like performance or persuasion. Or,
okay, sorry. Let's see.
Or deception, if you want.
So deception or persuasion? I think I'll do persuasion.
Oh, shit,
Does that sound right?
She's 21. She sort of, without meaning to, says, "No, you are more attractive," and then sort of instantly thinks, "Why did I say that?" And sort of, if it was possible, you can't really tell whether she's like flushing from like the bright red sort of rosacea from all the alcohol. But yeah. So
I have that effect on people.
Fine, 50 gold each. And she says, "Gary, you're gonna have to take him to the armory and work on some disguises." And then just before she leaves, she turns to you, Sybil, and she says, "Remember what I said."
I remember.
Okay, so she goes. And so now it is time to go to this place. Gary takes you back past all the people waiting for parole interviews, down into like the lower ground floor, the upper basement, the lower basement, the lowest level, and finally there's a very secure door which he opens.
I'd be ducking the whole way.
Right. How tall is Cloyden?
Just about 8 foot.
About 8 foot.
Yeah.
So this thing is a furbolg. I don't know if anyone would recognise a furbolg. Any of the races we have.
They're quite they're quite rare, but people would know about them.
They're kind of giant kin, aren't they?
They're like the good giants.
The good giants. So you find yourself in the City Watch Armory, and now is where you guys get to do something rather than listening to me talk. So she says, "Right, you guys need a disguise. You dress. Bloody hell! You guys need a disguise. I'm afraid. They won't blink twice at the drow. But you're going into the heart of the basically the smuggling district of the docks." He says, I don't know why we haven't done something about it, given we know where they're based, but that's sort of above my pay grade. The Furbolg's going to draw a lot of attention, as are 3 dwarves. Sort of looks like something out of a musical or something. So you guys need to work out how you're going to pass yourselves off as... There's a big dress-up box, basically. So what sort of thing are you going for?
Rather than dress in anything filthy and secondhand, can I do a minor illusion on us to make us look a bit rough and ready?
I think you could do some minor illusion on one character, and that would have to only it wouldn't be able to substantially change. Otherwise, you'd need something like disguise self for that. There's a dress up box. You know that the Zentarim, who you're supposed to be dressing as, are dress all in black, and there are various bits of black armor that you're welcome to swap out.
So, is there leather armor in here?
There is whatever the equivalent armor of that you're wearing.
Okay, so
but in black in here. Sort
of with my head hunched down, I walk over to the dress up box and ruffle through and try and find some pieces of leather armor. And I kind of I'm looking them over, and they're obviously too small for me, but in a kind of a deep rumble. Oh, I can see hard tax briefing. Am I allowed to?
Sorry, yeah, I pressed the wrong button, but this should be in all of your journals now, by the way, if you want to. Just if you need to refer back to that big long bit of exposition that she said about what the mission actually is, then it should be in your journals. Sorry, carry on.
That's okay, yeah. So I'm looking at the stuff, and it's kind of obviously too small for me, but then in my kind of rumbly giant voice, I mutter something and cast Disguise Self, which Furbolgs use. It's like a modified version. I can only cast it once a day, but Furbolgs use it to shorten themselves by up to 3 feet, allowing me to blend in easily with humans and elves.
Nice.
Awesome. That's good.
Shrink myself down a little bit.
Also in this box, you find some face paint, like black face paint that Zents sometimes wear. Yeah, not like blacking up gear, but things. Yeah. I mean, you can. There's plenty of it. You can use it for whatever.
Is there white as well? So maybe I could do around my. No, don't worry.
It's well, I think there's some Tipex.
It's a furball joke. You wouldn't understand it.
Okay. He also, and then Gary pulls out, like, he sort of pulls out a very, very long coat, and then he sort of looks at the three dwarves.
I had a feeling this is where it was going.
Nice.
But then he sort of gets self-conscious, and then he goes, well, yeah, anyway, and like just leaves it on the side.
Riff-raff.
I'm the head. I'm the head. I'm sorry, I'm the head.
I'll go.
I'm not being the middle.
I mean,
Misha's actually
on my feet. I'll take the bottom.
Well, I'd say the strongest of you should take the bottom.
There you go.
Brilliant. So you're taking that. I'm guessing everyone's swapping out some black armor. We've solved the Cloyven problem. Gary does say one thing. He's like, you wouldn't. It's rare to get groups of bandits that are. There are 6 of them. It's normally maximum of 4 or so. So when he sees you trying on the coat, he says, I mean, I didn't want to push it in this direction because I was looking for comedy or anything, but it might work. But then again, I don't know how you walk or you do the hand. How are you going to do the hands?
I mean, why don't we do 2 in the coat and then 1 dwarf? Would that be weirder? Or would that be?
No, that's all right. So you try and pose as like a human, because 3 dwarfs would be like a very tall man.
Yeah.
And then we'd be in a giant position again.
A small child, a bearded child.
So are you going to practice this before you go? So I need to get you to roll.
I think we should see how convincing it's going to be.
Yeah.
Let's try this.
Hang on 1 sec. I need to grab a character sheet quickly.
What kind of skill would we need? Deception? Balance?
Which of you is the strongest?
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Probably me.
I've got.
Because whoever's strongest, I would imagine, would need to go on the bottom, and then whoever's like the most
acrobatics at the top.
The most acrobatic would be on the top. Yeah. Just to keep you in balance.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got 4 acrobatics.
Okay.
2 strength.
Acrobatics.
That 5.
Are any of you strong?
I've got 13 for strength.
I've got 18. No, yeah.
Yeah,
that would make sense.
Strong. Paladin is strong.
Strong legs.
Okay, but how are you doing the arms? Because it's going to have like short arms at the top, isn't it? Like.
Yeah.
Well, if we've got cloaks and stuff, we can just.
Oh, it could be like as if they're underneath it. Yeah, you could put a cloak over the back of the long coat. Yeah.
And maybe some like broom hands.
Okay.
I've always imagined Aladdin to have like big kind of shoulder pauldrons on, like his chainmail armor. So maybe would you be strong enough to take a dwarf on each shoulder, and then you could have an arm each?
What, with no head?
No, hold on, there'd be 2 heads, wouldn't there? Yeah. You could put a helmet. How about that helmet that's on the back there, on that suit of armor? He was wearing that.
Okay, yeah.
He wouldn't even.
I mean, I've got stuff as well on me. Perhaps I could lend some that,
like a disguise.
Okay with me.
I'd just put you put that helmet on at the back there, they wouldn't know.
Can't really.
Well, if there was nothing up there.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to look like a really brawling bruiser. Okay. Well, I'm going to say that
really wide.
When you try it out, you get the feeling that doing it with 2 on top and 1 on the bottom, as you might have experienced, is more difficult, but more awesome as well. So that's the feeling you get. But so okay, you're gonna need to decide, and then we'll roll for it when you first meet someone. And see how it goes. So are you gonna do that, Aladdin at the bottom and 2 on top with the helmet in between?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Let's say you do. Okay, so then the final thing I've got for you, Gary says, is like we've got these from our research and development department. We can only really give you one of the following, I'm afraid, just because they're quite valuable to take with you. But he says, let me have a look. He says you can take one of the following things. You can either take with you the Spybug 9000, which is a small mechanical bee with a control helmet. You put the helmet on and control the bee. You can see what the bee sees and hears for up to 10 minutes before the bee runs out of juice. Wearing the helmet that controls it means that you cannot move or see or hear for yourself. Taking the helmet off also kills the bee. It's like a one-time use thing. The bee has a sting attack, which does 1 point of poison damage, but this kills the bee. Option 1. You also have option 2, the gem and pen. And Gary's doing like a whole like game show thing while this is happening. You could also go home with the gem and pendant of locating. Upon attaching the pendant to something, you can track its rough direction from you for up to 1 hour using like a big gem that you use as a screen up to a distance of 3 miles. The tracking magic cannot penetrate magical barriers. Also, when the hour is up, the pendant explodes for some reason. So that one has a downside. Or you can have Kelbin's Lung of Plenty. You know that you're going to the Docks District. This is a small breathing device that fits in your mouth. You can't speak or cast spells with verbal components whilst wearing it. You can breathe underwater for a total of 1 hour. Additionally, you cannot be diseased or cannot be poisoned by poison gas. And it can't be recharged. So you guys, between you, have to choose one of those to take on your mission.
But think you should use them to touch the rhubarb and track it.
Right.
So we could, you can track the package with the pendant. You can generally spy on people with the spy bug.
The only one that I was interested in was the number 3, because in the docklands a lot of people just throw things quickly. If the police are on them, they might throw some stolen loot in the water. Maybe we could
I was picturing
have a little looky. One of you could.
Riff Raff and Sybil look like quite kind of sneaky people to me, not in a bad way. But I think I could tell that you look kind of light on your feet and good at stealth. So I could imagine having the ability to swim underwater could allow you to sort of sneak around the back and do some more extra stealth stuff. So I think that's
purely
why
from
I'd put a vote for that one.
Treasure game.
And you're right, I do have a small lung, so an extra lung might be helpful.
You did mention your bad lungs earlier.
I will say. I'll also say that
tracking is a very good idea.
If you guys don't agree, you can do persuasion rolls against each other as if your characters are like.
Can we do a vote?
Yeah, wait. I need to read that. So we can track.
So basically, you've got a bug that you can see and hear through its eyes and fly around for 10 minutes. You've got like a tracking device that explodes when the hour is up. So whatever you attach it to, that's the bit that explodes. He says, we're still sort of figuring it out. It uses it uses a lithium-ion battery, and like the changes in air pressure sort of like drive it a bit wild. Or you've got the breathe underwater for 1 hour. That one is just it's like a tank, so you can put it on for 10 minutes, take it off again.
Actually, I want to go for number 2. I think that was a good idea about the drugs.
Well, let's put it to a vote.
More efficient.
Who wants to go for the spy bug?
Oh yeah, let's do this. Who wants the spy bug?
Who wants the gem and pendant of locating?
Moi, me.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Me too.
Looks like that's the winner. Are you happy with that, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Look out for the helmet.
You have.
Going crazy there.
He gives you it, and he says, I told you the pendant explodes, didn't I, when it? Good stuff. Right.
In and out.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask Gary, or anything before he shoves you out the door?
When do we get paid?
Lord Jones, you said, when do we get paid? He said, he says, when you bring back like that man, what's he called? The Miracle Man.
Okay.
Jack the
Miracle Jack. Oh, that's the one.
Jack.
Yeah, Miracle Jack. I always call him Miracle Man for some reason. When you bring him back here.
Okay.
And sorry, what did Sybil say? What did she ask?
I was just going to say, can we ask him whether there's a way to like detonate the pendant to stop it exploding?
Like a controlled explosion.
He says, I'd have to check the manual, which maybe you should take with you, actually. Then he rifles through a drawer, that one that the weird like saber is stuck through for some reason. Or is that a vice? Let's say it's a drawer because that's funnier. And he gets out the gem and tab locating, and he flips to the safety section, which takes up most of the manual. He says that additionally, if the link between the pendant and the tracking gem is severed, for example, if the tracking gem is destroyed, then the pendant there's also a possibility that the pendant will explode.
Oh.
Okay.
So
it's got to be.
There are many situations under which this might explode. And the manual, they keep having to add new pages to the manual when they find new ones. So just like, because we've been sued a few times. So anyway, hope you have a good trip. He leaves you out.
Can I ask Gary on as he's leading us out? Can I ask if he has any specific knowledge of the docklands in Neverwinter? Because this is my first time in the big city. So
you basically said, well,
is he a human?
Yeah.
And I say, then tell me, little man, what do you know of the docks? If you could tell me but one thing.
He sort of giggles when you call him that, and he says, well, it's like where the boats go. He's sort of like running through bits of information in his mind, trying to filter out like the bits that might be useful, so like the obvious facts. And he says, well, this area is the area that I'm going to drop you off at is like the bad district of the docks. And he says, we've heard rumours actually recently that there's been something going on there, something odd, more than the usual smuggling. I have no idea what it is. It's probably just rumours. You know how sailors like to talk, but that's it basically. That's about the extent of my knowledge.
And clap him on the shoulder. Thank you.
Do you clap him on the shoulder too hard?
I can roll for it.
Yeah. Why don't you make an unarmed attack against Gary? No, actually, you know what? Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, to stop myself.
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't have good dexterity. I have a -1.
Oh dear.
Oh.
-1.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Did you roll?
That's a 6.
Okay. So make a unarmed attack.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Gary.
What is an unarmed attack? Is just I think a D6, is it? Plus something.
So
I don't
just
have
roll
unarmed on my sheet.
Roll your normal attack, and then we'll just take away whatever your strength modifier is.
I'll roll a...
No, sorry. Whatever your proficiency bonus is, which will be 2 at this stage.
My normal attack with my...
Without proficiency. Yeah.
Without proficiency. Okay, so I'll roll a d20 then. Let's see.
Yeah, and then we'll just take away 2 from whatever.
So that's a 6 with no modifiers.
Okay, so you you basically sort of just do that in the air, above his head.
Oh, right.
You just sort of do that.
No,
I don't know whether you should. Maybe you should hit him if you roll low. I don't know. Anyway, and he doesn't notice.
Okay,
and he takes you over through more corridors into even darker layers of the City Watch. And you're traveling through, and then it goes into tunnels, and you're traveling through ancient tunnels and he's got a torch in front of you. What seems like a kilometer, and then there is you go up a few levels, and then there is you're sort of in a sort of sewer system, and there's a ladder that goes up to a manhole cover, and he climbs up it, and he goes shrink with this big iron bar, and climbs back down again, and he goes, up you go. So this is like the center of the bad area, so I'll probably I'll leave you to it now. I've got lots of paperwork and things to do.
After you, I motion to the rest of the band.
I'll go
So
up
the
first.
band. Sure. It's a fine iron ladder. So if you're going up first, you know what? Yeah. So are you gonna? How are you doing? You just springing out of the manhole cover, or?
I don't know. Are we going to be in our disguise thing, or what's happening with that?
I think you're in the. Oh, because you're. Yeah. So you're.
I'm at the base of the.
Unless you can think of a way that your two-headed dwarf monster could climb up this ladder wearing the long coat, which you're perfectly welcome to do, then otherwise you have to climb up separately.
I'd say a set of 6 arms and 6 legs appear from the coat and just scuttle up like a centipede.
Yeah, yeah.
The dwarven centipede.
Yeah.
Form our disguise as we climb up. So, like, if me and Riffraff take the first 2 spots, see if it's okay, and then Alan sort of comes up and we transform in.
I can help
Oh, I
from beneath.
see.
I can kind of give you a push up as well, if that helps.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Right. So if you do that, then the two heads, who's the so it's Aladdin at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
And so how are you doing this? You've got the manhole cover above. Have you got like your arms around each other, like when you're doing a three-legged race?
Yeah.
Like the arms that face each other, and then.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then how are you lifting up the manhole cover? Are you just going for it? Did you say peak?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, we just need to. So we're just peeking out of it. We're not climbing up.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah. Well, should we do it? Could we do a perception, or would it be more?
You can do a perception. You can do a perception for listening. Okay. And I can tell you, however well you roll, you can't hear anything other than the sound of generic docks, clanking of masts and things. Just about. Not much else.
Do you think it would require acrobatics to like somehow open the manhole cover and look out?
I think right.
Just straight up.
I think not. I think it's gonna. You can do a straight up stealth with disadvantage. Okay. So, but you both get to roll that together.
Okay.
So if you just click stealth twice, both of you.
Wait, we.
Oh, it's good. Oh, it's very good. Okay. So combined, that is a 17 and a 11. Yeah. So you peek up, just like a tiny little crack. Sunlight, not in fact, no, sunlight doesn't stream in. Let me have a look. I just need to set this next thing up. So I'm just going to put Grumthrum up there now. Let's see what they will. Bear with me one moment. So
just imagine I'm just sort of hands underneath Aladdin's.
Yeah, you are.
Feet,
and then Aladdin's
like
just behind.
Sort of like, well, no, I pictured myself pushing Aladdin.
Balance.
Oh, you're pushing. So it's like a big long train.
Above me, there's 3 dwarves that I'm just sort of squishing up towards this.
Okay, so what you can see.
I've rearranged our webcams so that we're in the appropriate.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I've done that.
Yeah, let's put you 2 like that. Yes. Oh, are you on the left or the right, Refresh?
I'm on the right-hand side.
Oh god, I've got to do it again.
I wonder where that thing's going.
Oh my god, I love this a lot. Ooh. Nice.
I don't know how that looks.
Nothing.
Like a weird shape.
Nothing at the minute, but.
Oh yeah, here it is.
No, there you are.
Yeah.
You can press hold shift and click and hold. I think it moves everyone's attention to it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're there now.
Okay, so you should see couple of crates, sort of a patch of dirt and like half of the building, and then another half of the building, and then another bit of building in the bottom right, and Grunthrum standing on a.
Yeah.
So you can see there's no one in the immediate area. So what do you want to do?
Let's climb up and get ourselves in costume.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do that then. Sounds good. So Grunthrum is going to come up here. Next up is going to be Riffraff. Can you see Riffraff now?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have, and so say Riffraff, if you want to move out the way, Riffraff, just check you can move. Yeah, and then we should have, isn't this fun? Aladdin is up. And just check that Aladdin, you can have control of him. So you're literally on top.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous. And then the long coat, brilliant. Okay, so then is it Cloyden?
Yep, I'll go next.
Cloyden is up.
I'm gonna move. Oh, select move. Yeah, I'll just move over here.
Okay, and then Lord Jones, you said after you, so Sybil is going to be.
Yes. Yeah.
Sybil is going to be next. Sybil, there you are. So you should be able to move your character just by clicking it and then moving it around, Sybil. Oh, okay. So if you click on the top mouse.
Brilliant. She's just got a lightsaber.
Oh yeah, you have the draw tool selected. Is she on the left? Is she on the top left?
The top left is like a pointer.
Oh.
Oh God.
There it is.
There we go.
That's brilliant.
Brilliant. And then, here we go. So, and then finally we have Lord Jones.
Hello.
Comes up, isn't he? Actually, let's move
Hello,
on.
Jones.
Hello.
I'm just going to quickly go and grab a
And
beer.
brush my.
I'm going to go and grab a wine.
Can I just quickly check something with you?
Yes.
Do you have the macros that I stored under your macros menu?
I didn't do the initiative one.
Is it not? Is it not shared?
I'm going to do it a bit differently.
Oh, okay, fine. Right, cool.
It's just because I didn't bother with characters in the end. So.
Cool.
I'm going to grab. In fact, let's take just like 3 or 4 minutes.
Get me a little.
I'm just going to grab a glass of wine, guys.
And maybe some water, actually. Let's have red, the tiny, like half a glass, quarter of a glass of red. Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah.
Hey. Thank you. I can't tell whether Lord Jones has gone to the loo or is just still there, but underneath the can. There we go.
Lord Jones is still there.
It's really
Lord Jones.
It's really dark in our house. We still haven't replaced the light bulb in the living room. I knew we needed to, Luke. Remember we were saying, oh, should we get a light bulb? And you're like, nah, we don't need it. This is why we need it.
Sit up, Grandma.
This is why you always go up to sleep so early, Becky.
I know.
Oh no, don't stop.
It's not nearly as dark. It's not as dark as it looks on Becca's webcam.
It's because it's.
See how light it is on mine? Look.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so light over
It's
there.
because you're in just darkness mode. Turn the brightness of your screen up. Get that going.
I have. It's on max.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Now, go on.
Luke. Oh, he's gone. I'll talk to him later.
I'm just getting a fan on me now.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, that's quite nice.
What's Luke doing? Setting up. Luke is doing the lighting rig for Lord Jones at the moment.
He's just set me up with a fan.
So,
I don't know if you can see.
Hello.
There.
Oh, lovely. Luke, was there a specific macro that you thought I could use?
Don't worry. It's just the one that people can click. It adds them to the turn order and rolls initiative.
That would have been good.
Automatically. Have a look on the.
Wow.
Can you see the macros button? It's the 3 bullet points with the lines next to it.
It just says. Well, it says name untitled. What is that? Oh, that's probably one I've created. Yeah. I mean,
Strange.
without exiting this game, I
No,
can't really.
Don't worry then. That's weird.
Just click add. Yeah.
Add why macros? I don't know why. Yeah. Oh, that's a shame. No, don't worry then.
You know what? Let me just I'll log out and log into your net game for just a sec and see if I can just copy and paste it. But we'll see how it goes. Give me 2 minutes and I'll be back.
Cool.
I really hope this doesn't kick you all out.
It might, but we'll see.
Well, why didn't you? No. Okay.
We can copy paste it from online. And let's just see. Roll initiative. And
yeah, let's do that.
Add to turn to roll 20. Turn tracker. Turn all macro.
I've got Rob stuck under the toolbar, that thing. I don't know how to move.
So if you go to the bottom left of basically where it says riffraff, you should see the hamburger symbol. You click and hold that.
You know where the paintbrush and the magnifying glass is. That's over him there, so I must have put it under him. I must have put him under.
I think you can only resize your window.
Yeah,
might help with that.
Won't work. I've tried that. It doesn't matter. I can see the most of you, Rob.
If I do that, does that do anything? No. Okay, so
we'll figure it out ourselves. You maybe have to add. It's fine.
So you're all putting your disguises on. So we're going to say that the dwarves are disguised, but how well it works is going to be subject to an audience.
So what can we see around us now that we're out of this?
The first thing so you can probably see a bit more now. You can see over the top of these crates here now. So let me just reveal this. You can see basically like let's say like you can see that.
Okay.
And the first thing you notice is really, really misty, and all of you instantly feel just a slight feeling of dread for no apparent reason. You have no idea why. So I'm trying to figure out what's in that crate next to Cloyden.
You're trying to figure out what's in it?
I'm trying to figure out what's in it, yes.
Can I investigate the crate?
You can investigate it while I figure out. Yeah, sure. Roll investigation on the crate.
I don't know if this is actually a good idea, is it? Okay, 1 second.
4 cats.
I'm not very good at risk. Oh, that's a bad roll. That's my first roll. That's a bad one. That's a one. That's a critical failure. I investigate the wrong barrel, I guess.
Yeah. In this crate here, you find some rotting grain. Basically. Okay. You notice the first thing you notice, as well as the feeling of dread, is that there's a really heavy mist hanging in the air, which is odd because it seemed like a really nice day everywhere else, and that's all you notice. So, what do you want to do?
So, can I? Does it seem like a supernatural mist?
Why don't you roll me? Why don't you roll me nature?
Yeah. Okay. That's better. I'm quite outdoorsy.
You've never seen a natural mist that's like this.
Okay.
So you can't think of any weather or like plant effect that would cause this. And you're very much like the Louise, what's her face from the BBC Weather of the Furbolg Nation. Yeah. So well, you would know.
I voiced that to the group. Tell them that I've never sort of seen anything like
so
this.
Someone ain't right with this mist, basically.
Oh, by the way, I've just realised I've got disguise self, so I use that on myself to make myself look like a ruffian. But I'm still very clean, and
okay.
My ruffian clothes are quite smart, to be honest, as they go. Yeah.
If I'm so this is also what so you need to just keep a track of your spell slots or cast it. I don't know if that subtracts from it. I don't know how it works.
It says free.
Yeah, it's your patron, otherworldly patron, saying you get a free one of those per day.
It says free at will.
So. Free at will.
Not even per day. Yeah, Pact of the Chain or whatever it is.
So you're sort of changing your appearance from how it normally disguises you to something else. I'm gonna. Who are you standing next to? Sybil, can you make a perception check, please, when Lord Jones casts that spell? Right, so we're taking the first one, which is a 24. For a split second, you and only you, as disguised self, changes over between normal appearance and new appearance for Lord Jones. You see, for the briefest second, Lord Jones's true form was a very old, horrible man. You don't know that that's his true form. All you know is that's what you saw. You saw like a brief flash of that. So, you're all disguised. You know it's unnatural mist. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
And we've only checked one of the crates. Rotten grain.
You checked. You looked in this crate.
Okay, we might as well look in the other crate. What do you think, guys?
Yep, go ahead. Be my guest.
Okay, roll investigation on. Can you click and hold on which crate you're? If you click and hold, it'll show a little radar thing.
This one.
We've done that. That's the rotting grain. So the one above it. Even with that roll, the smell is such that you're pretty sure there's something dead in it. You don't know what, unless you want to. You can't tell without opening the crate.
I think we should open the crate, right, and then we can.
Yeah. Might be treasure in that.
I think we should open that.
Moving out of the way.
I think we should open that crate. No, is this crate here, right? I'm getting ready to. I'm gonna help.
Kick it.
That's a barrel that you just clicked on my screen, Cloydon. But
this one.
Oh, I think it must have shifted. That one.
Oh, I see. Right then. Yeah, let's open it up. Let's see. Yeah.
Okay, so are you just? Does anyone have a crowbar on them?
Actually.
Good question.
I have a mace.
Sure. It will make a noise, but.
Okay, actually, that's a good point, Nene.
I've got a dagger. I could try and pick the lock.
There's no lock. You could try jimmying the nails. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, like in a western where they open the coffin and they just have like the.
I'll do that.
Go for a nice strength roll then, Lord Jones.
Uh-oh.
Good to see you, Lord Jones.
Okay.
Well,
Give it my...
I cast guidance on you,
Okay.
Lord Jones.
Roll a d4 then.
Which is a cantrip, so you can roll a d4 as well. Which, by the way, I think you can just type /roll d4 chat. There we go.
Yeah.
You might as well.
Okay. Well, you managed to open it.
Nice.
There is a dead calf in there.
Oh, poor thing.
Do we know if it's been killed by the mist or how it's been killed?
If you want to invest, you're just investigating it from looking at it, or are you getting involved?
I would do.
I don't want to touch it.
I'd like to do. Can I do a medicine check on that, or would it be nature?
Yeah.
Can I do a medicine check on it? Because I would like to. I'm looking. I look very sad at this poor little calf.
Yeah, you think that it died from not being fed, so you can reason that it was a shipment that just got left.
That's horrible.
So
can I bring it back to life?
We have like rotting.
Who's bringing it back to life?
I'll bring it back to life.
We have to tell it. What have you got?
I
don't think
got...
you can at level 4.
Wait.
No, you
wait.
can't. Well.
Wait.
I mean, you've got a new spell which is Find Familiar. I don't think you want a dead calf as your warlock like familiar.
Following you around, like a streak of blood wherever you go.
Spare the dying.
So,
but it's dead.
We've got like rotting grain and dead animals in these barrels. I think we should try and find.
This place has been abandoned in
a rush. Exactly. Yeah, this place is either abandoned or there's something evil afoot. So I think we should try and move.
Sure.
And find out what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Also, because if we're trying to like look inconspicuous, we've just come out of like we come out of the sewers and we're just rooting through the bins. I think
that's probably not unusual in this district.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how rough we want to look, but there we go.
Yeah. Someone move a character somewhere that they want to go, and then we can go that way.
Okay. I stride forward
because they're all like,
because I need to get away from that poor cow.
Okay, so you can't see what's over to the right because the mist is like too thick, but you can basically see like that far.
Okay.
And these buildings are just like some of them you can see in. They're like just storehouses. Some have crates in them, some don't. They all look quite unremarkable, almost as if someone has put them there to function as walls in a top-down map.
How strange.
But that's not to say that you won't find anything interesting. So Aladdin has left the group.
Yes, I was just going to say, so far the three dwarves are doing very well because you're waiting for Aladdin to go first before arranging yourself on top of him.
Oh, really? Well, that's great. Well,
so far,
they arrange themselves soon because otherwise they're going to fall to the ground.
Yeah.
It's like it's cartoon gravity here.
Can I turn to Cloython and go, are you a vegetarian? I noticed you look quite sad at the calf.
I love all living things.
You're a vegan.
And it saddens me greatly. No, don't be so ridiculous. No. I seek to live in balance with the earth. Not a vegan.
Okay, so everyone can now do a perception check. Anyone who wants to do a perception check can do a perception check.
I tend to do them whenever I turn a corner. And that's just in real life, though.
In your life?
Yeah. Oof. Necessarily very good.
On me.
Oh, I lost Sybil and then she's back. There she is. Doop, doop, doop.
It's very easy to accidentally close down the window. Sorry.
Ooh,
as the left
peeking through the buttons.
As the left arm of this hulking dwarf golem is surprisingly perceptive. Who else wants to do one? If no one else wants to do them, then Gruntham, what you notice is a marking right here Oh, hang on. Let's choose a better tool. You see like scrawled with like a knife, a marking on the wall, and you may do a survival check now to see if you know what it is, or you can draw anyone else's attention to it. It's like just scroll. It's like a really rough thing that's scrawled with a knife.
I'll just do a survival check. Survival.
Oof.
Is that a natural 20, or does it tell you when it's a natural 20?
If you hover over it, it tells you what it is. And actually, yeah, for the record, the first roll of the night was Lord Jones, who rolled a natural 20.
Wow.
It comes up in bright green if it's a crit, or dark red if it's a crit fail.
So that natural 20 was for flirting with DCI hardtack. So
That's right. Yeah.
Let's remember that. Mm. Oh no, sorry, that was for Arcana.
Oh, okay.
There's no such luck. So yeah, you know that this is Thieves' Cant. I don't think you can read it. However, there are two characters, Riffraff and Sybil have an ability called Thieves' Cant as rogues that mean that they can understand what it says.
Well, like Riffraff's literally like right next to my head. So
yeah, do you see that?
Nudge him in the ribs and say, "Open up your."
You bring the left arm of the golem round and pointing that way, like it's over there. Okay, Riffraff, you see that this thing, and it says, it just says this one says diseased house. And
can you click your microphone? Click your microphone icon. No, and that'll freak it out in the software. Sorry, there's a strange crunching sound trying to identify the source of it.
Lord Jones.
Yeah. It's okay. They can't hear you now.
It says diseased house. This marking, but then other than that, you can probably see a little bit more now.
Yeah.
You can see down here.
Ooh.
And you can actually see. Let's just say, save a bit of time. You can see that.
It says. Are you reading this out loud, guys, or can I ask you what you're looking at this point?
I can't see it.
What you're reading on the wall.
I can read it, but I can't see it. But it's
no, Joss. I think Grumthrum's
shown you, right?
Yeah.
I'll say, what are you looking at? What are you looking at, dwarves?
So what? I'm trying to remember what it said now.
Diseased house.
Diseased house. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Diseased house. Okay.
Well,
I don't like the sound of that at all.
I mean, I don't think we should go inside something called diseased house.
Not really. No, I'm not.
Right.
Nah.
Not well.
Does anyone want to?
I would like to. I'd like to find out. I'm gonna go and have a look.
Okay, so luckily for you, Cloyd, there's like a.
This is kind of my thing.
Oh, hang on, you're disguised, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
There's a window. It's 8 feet in the air that you think, I wish it's here, and you think to yourself, I wish I was in my normal form because I'd be able to see through that. But there's a window up there. You can basically smell quite a foul smell.
Right. Okay. I mean,
I remember. I mean, I don't remember. I mean, I've heard of this thing called the Black Death, which was around back in the day, a long time ago. I obviously wasn't born then. But yeah, I think we should. I don't think we should go in these houses unless we want to catch a plague.
Okay. Well, I still think we should go this direction.
Yeah, sure.
We don't have to go into the houses, but.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see what that is.
Yeah, let's head south towards that.
You can see. You can see.
I rush past the disease house.
That is the base of a plinth. You can see from there, Riffraff.
Well, I'll move down. I'll move down with you.
You're going down. Okay.
Dwarves, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Dwarves, that's why.
Where we go?
1, 2, 3, and look at it. 1, 3. Oh, very, very well done. I could almost think you were an actual man.
Ooh, it's a big statue.
Oh.
So you can see this statue, and actually Aladdin Grunthrum and who have we got? Riffraff. You feel like that feeling of like dread and that something terrible is going to happen is like 3 times as bad here. And it seemed to increase the nearer you got to this statue.
Does anyone else feel that?
Yeah, I think we're all feeling that, aren't we?
Let me just go and have
no, I think that was Riffraff saying that out loud.
Yeah.
Or was that Cloyden replying out loud?
Yeah, that was sorry, that was quite dismissive. Sorry, I'm very concerned. Yeah, I feel it too.
What's this thing that I'm looking at now?
Well, that is a huge pile of rotting stuff. That
Move away from
makes you feel a little bit ill. But you notice
spells.
Sybil, actually, while you were there, can you make a perception check for me, Sybil?
Yeah, sorry, I'll go back. What? Making me feel sick. Sorry.
13.
Yeah, you don't manage to you don't look at it particularly closely. So as you pass by it, so nothing doing. So Sybil, you're feeling particularly scared now if you're in that position.
Yeah, really scared.
You can also see that Sybil can see that.
Oh my
god!
Sybil can see this.
Oh
no!
And Sybil can see that. If you're going that far, you can see all of this.
Oh
dear!
Oh.
Small horse.
Oh dear!
That is a tiny horse.
And is it just me that can see this, or everyone?
Well, you can see it.
Yeah. You can tell. Yeah, you can tell us.
You can tell them. Yeah.
Tell us.
Yeah. So guys, I'm sorry to report, but we've got a horse and a dead person.
Yeah. So the horse is dead as well. You should notice that.
Oh, the horse is dead.
So.
Oh dear.
So should I'm going to roll a perception closer to the horse, find out what's going on. Poor horse.
So
yeah, I'd like to investigate this body as well.
If you roll perception, that's just for noticing things that you wouldn't normally see. It's not necessarily for like discovering a cause of death or anything. That'll be investigation.
Oh, I do have investigation.
You can do whichever you want. So, and then Cloyden, you can roll investigation on the dead body.
That's a good roll. 16, Laura.
I got an 8. So good.
Sybil, you mean?
Sybil, you get.
I don't know who Laura is. You remind me of someone called Laura.
She must be very amazing.
Yes, of course.
This horse is tied up as if like it's been hitched to a post, but quite strongly. And it looks like it's very thin. You can see its ribs there.
It's
like it might have died of not being fed or
absolutely beastly.
I know this is going to sound really horrible, but can we loot the horse? Like take the stuff on it? Is there anything on it?
It's always worth checking, I suppose.
Okay.
You loot the horse. 4 gold pieces.
I was trying to read it in, but
it's got some saddlebags. Hang on a sec. I'm just googling loot generator.
Yeah, the loot generator is going to say like a flagon of wine and 3 gold pieces.
Yeah.
On anything.
That's good.
Oh wait, no, you said it's got saddlebags. That does make more sense.
Treasure.
Riffraff and Grumthrum, have you split from Aladdin? Because there's just a pair of. All I can see is a pair of legs.
Next to Sybil.
Interested
in any treasure.
Jones, and I can see a torso with a long coat. Thank you. That's better. Keep it together, boys.
We're trying our best.
So you find a tinderbox. Sybil. You find a length of rope.
Oh, was that cool?
You find a winged spider preserved in amber.
Oh, you'd like that.
Which,
that's exactly your thing, spider.
You don't figure is particularly valuable, but looks quite cool. And that's what you find. Cloyden, you can you with that roll, you notice it's facing away from you and face down, so it's quite difficult to say what it died of.
Oh, I want to roll it over and do some sort of medical check on him.
Okay. if you just roll it over, when you roll it over, you notice that you instantly notice there is a rat stuffed in the guy's mouth.
Ugh.
Death.
A rat
Stuffed in his mouth.
Yeah.
Murder.
And you can.
So can
you
I?
can make,
Yeah, I'd like
make
to do
it.
some sort of Yeah, I'd like to look closely for.
What you can do? What are you looking for, sorry?
So I would like to seeing that rat. I would like to see if I know or I understand if that has some ritual element to it. Is this some kind of witchcrafty cure for a disease that I don't know about, or is it? Do you know what I mean?
One that clearly doesn't work. You can do a religion check. I know what you mean. Yeah. So if that is
okay, cool. So religion check. Okay, 18.
From the way it looks like normally, in your culture at least, things like rituals related to religion are like observed with quite a lot of respect, and it's just been shoved in there. Okay. You don't think it's related to religion.
I'm feeling very depressed about this.
And you are feeling very depressed because you're standing right next to that giant statue. So
I say, maybe we should just back away from this statue. It seems to be making me feel.
Are you going to check on the guy? You might as well see if he's got anything in his pockets.
Thanks for the tip there, Sybil. I don't really go that way. Maybe you can check. Maybe you can check this guy to see if
already.
Maybe you can check. Maybe you can rifle through this man's pockets to see if you can find another sigil of your spider god.
Yeah, darling. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Or a conscience.
No, I don't go that far.
I like Sybil.
Says a voice from nowhere.
Yeah, God.
So Sybil, is that what you're doing?
Yes.
I pat her on the shoulder encouragingly.
Thanks.
You want to do investigation? You rolled me an investigation. 21. You know, because of your training, that a rat stuffed in the mouth means that this guy was killed for being a rat. And you find on him an empty wallet, suggesting that whoever killed him decided to nick his cash before they stabbed him in the stomach.
Oh, that's a nasty way to go.
So you can keep that leather wallet if you want.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, cool.
I'll take it.
Is there any ID in the wallet, or can we check for that?
Any ID in the wallet?
Just because I'm thinking, because in the briefing it said that there was a double agent who was made.
Interesting.
Oh yeah.
Dead, so I wonder if it's
so you can in the wallet. There is like there are a few that they've missed. There are a few weird wooden tokens that I'm going to say that nobody except the rogues would have ever seen, but the rogues can roll a survival. No, survival?
I can roll
survival or a history, whichever you prefer, to see if you know what they are.
I'm going to roll a history.
Okay. You don't recognise what they are, no. Sadly, they're just like little. They're little either wooden or like ivory type tokens, almost like what you might get playing poker in a casino.
Riffraff, eh? I nudge him.
So, Riffraff, you can do a history or survival. So I'll check if you want.
History or survival?
Whichever's higher, basically. Click that one. Yeah, same again. Like you're like, well, it seems like some sort of token of something, but I don't know what it is. In terms of ID,
might as well take them.
Okay, in terms of ID, you see an ID that says he was called Simon Smith, and in fact, make an investigation roll.
I should. Okay.
I think or whoever said Whoever wants to, or whoever said was talking about
I'll do an investigation because I got quite high investigation.
Investigation. Okay, so as you're looking at it, you recognise from the world of roguery from which you're from that it is it's a fake ID, and underneath there's just a picture of someone that doesn't look anything like the man who has a rat stuff in his mouth. So it looks like Simon was the sort of guy who carried a fake ID and was the sort of guy who got killed for being a rat. But other than that, that's about it. So what do you want to do?
This statue, is it quite obviously the source of the bad feeling around here? Is it sort of obvious to us now that we've walked around
I would say
it's
you don't, you have no idea why, but just when you go near it, you feel worse, and when you go away from it, you still feel that sort of foreboding feeling, but it's not as strong. And you can look at it. Do you want a closer description?
I think I would just ask Lord Jones, who strikes me as you sort of seem well versed in the arcane arts.
I studied classics at
What do you make of this statue?
I'll roll. What shall I roll, Chris?
What do you want to find out about it?
I want to find out who it is. Yeah, history. Yeah.
While you're doing that, could I please get a so we'll return to that at the moment. I'd like the two dwarves at the top to please make a just a general dexterity roll because you've been stood up there quite a while, and I just feel like it's like just right to acknowledge that at the moment. Going for a dexterity save. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, Riff Raff, but you fall out of the coat, leaving only Run-From there, and the helmet lands on your head kind of perfectly. So
I do in my inventory have a disguise kit. Could I try that?
So sure. I mean, what do you want to disguise as? It has like fake
adults.
Does it have like those Groucho Marx glasses, nose, and moustache, basically?
I could do.
Okay, you can put that on if you want.
Okay.
Or whatever vibe you want to sort of create.
Okay. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Oh, amazing. Perfect.
Okay, so you get the feeling that this might be a little bit easier to manage now, gone from you're like, this is, you know what, I feel I'm king of the hill. So yeah. I'm going to say with history, don't roll history. Can you roll me either an arcana or a religion check, but you have to choose which one it is, Lord Jones, for this statue.
Okay. Arcana or what was it? Sorry.
Or religion.
Let's have a look. Or religion. I'm going to do religion.
Religion. Yeah, pretty shit at religion. Like, so you can't tell what the vibe of the statue is, basically. What you can see is that the statue is wearing a mask.
Okay.
All see. Okay.
Can I? Is it a mask? As in it's? Oh, he's Arwen started crying sadly.
Oh,
is it a mask that someone's put on, or is it being chipped into the stone like of the statue?
It's not part of the statue.
Can I take the mask off?
And if you, it's a good 10 feet high. So you can try to take it off.
Boys, do you want to do your little acrobatic trick again? Stand on each other's shoulder.
That's a good idea.
That'll do it, won't it?
Well, I stand on Grumthrum's shoulders, so we're a 3-level.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you'd be just. Yeah. I mean, go for it. Let's see what happens.
What do I need to do? Dexterity?
Okay, so if you're doing that, what I'm going to say is as soon as you approach it,
well done,
I need you to all make a all three of the dwarves if you're doing this plan. In fact, Aladdin, you don't because you can't really see anything that's happening. But Riff Raff and Grunthrum, you need to make a wisdom. So what happens is you're both instantly terrified and you both back away from the statue immediately. Now you both need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Oh, not good.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
You are both.
Bunch here.
Okay. So you are both frightened, and you need to basically try and get as far away from the statue as you can. So about that. Okay, so Riff Raff, you can. I'm not gonna show what you. Oh, so you're both running together still, but Aladdin's trying to keep you up. He's like, "What? Where are you guys going?" This is brilliant. Okay, so Aladdin's at the bottom, so you can't particularly see anything without the top two directing, and you two are too frightened to see what's going on.
So someone fill me in. What happened there?
So the
someone touched the statue.
Lord Jones rolled badly for the statue. The statue has a mask on it. The dwarves went to reach up for it, but they couldn't because it was too scary, and then they both became frightened and ran away.
Can I do Mage Hand to lift the thing, the mask off?
Yeah, you can try. Yeah, is that a cantrip?
Hold on just a sec. Oh no, I haven't got Mage Hand. Oh, I thought I did.
That's the old Lord Jones.
Oh.
So you've opted for the familiar thing this time around. So you don't have
okay, sorry.
As you walk up to it, realise I have Mage Hand anymore. You feel this horrendous sense of fear, and you start to get a feeling that you need to take some not Dutch courage, but some measures of protecting yourself from being frightened to get the balls to take this mask off it.
So,
and at this point, you hear a barking sound coming from this direction, a very loud, angry, dangerous sounding bark.
Oh dear.
Which direction is that, Chris? I'm not seeing your pings.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I think you need to have the select tool selected.
I think it's because I was on the
on the wrong layer.
GM overlay.
Yeah.
You see that? From that layer. I'm going to say that the dwarves can't. Well, Aladdin can come if he wants to bring the dwarves, but the top two dwarves can't do anything for a bit.
So we hear a dog barking to the south.
Yeah, from that sort of area, and it's a very sort of angry bark.
Okay, I'm going to move to the alleyway in that direction to see what's going on with this dog. I feel like I think we need to get this situation under control.
Okay, so
I'm following you.
This dog comes out. It's a huge mastiff. Looks a bit different from Choo Choo, and it's like snarling and barking and just going a bit crazy at all of you. And it backs away a little bit when it sees you all there.
I put out my hand and I speak to the dog.
How do you do that?
So I have a thing called speech of beast and leaf, which means I can say things to animals and plants. They can understand the meaning of my words, but I have no idea what they say in return, and it gives me advantage on charisma checks that I make to influence them. So I want to try and calm him down.
So you instantly get it. It'll understand what it says.
It understands me. I can't speak to animals. As in, I can't converse with them, but the animal will understand me.
What do you say to it?
I say, well, how big is it?
It's good. It's like not as big as a Great Dane.
No, okay.
Yeah, slightly bigger, slightly more muscly, but the size of an Alsatian.
So for me, in my normal form,
it's very small.
It's a small dog, so I say, "Be still, puppy." Shush, shush, shush,
Okay.
shush, 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 shush.
Just like you did with Arwen.
Just like I did with Arwen a second ago, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have advantage on charisma.
Can you see its nose just poking back?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
So it comes back, and a little bit of this leaks out. This shush puppy, be still, and it calms down Riff Raff and Grundthrum as well. So they are no longer frightened.
So I'm exuding a calming influence.
But then the dwarves came over, so it runs away again a little bit. Just. So so anything else?
Well, if the dwarves have scared him away, I'm going to kind of roll my eyes at them for a second, and I say, "Be still, everyone," and I'm going to go and approach this dog again.
Okay. So as you approach the dog,
say, "Don't touch that statue."
It runs. Let's have a look. It runs back here, and then in a sort of defensive stance that you recognise, is barking at you very aggressively.
Can I say to it, that we mean you no harm, and like recognizing that it's on the defensive, I'd like to ask it that I'd like to say that we're here to help, and can you take us to your owner? Is your owner nearby, or your pack? I'll say, is your pack nearby?
Okay, so out of that, it stops barking, and I need you to. You have charisma checks to persuade it. So is that just a persuasion check, like advantage on?
Up to you, man. I get advantage on whatever charisma-based check. So.
Okay, well, choose one that you're trying to persuade it, right? That you're okay.
Yeah.
So roll a persuasion with advantage.
Okay,
15. So with that 15, and when you say, "Where is your owner?" it sort of does this, and then it does that, and it does that, and then it does that, and it has its tail down, and sort of looks at you expectantly with what you might call puppy dog eyes.
So I don't know how well I know Aladdin, but I whisper to him, "Would you like another dog?"
Yes, I'm going to collect them.
I'm not sure what to do.
Okay, so why don't you make an animal? So you don't know what it says unless you make an animal handling roll, right? So make an animal handling.
I'm good at this. So that's a 14. I mean,
yeah, you get the feeling it's lost, basically.
Okay, so I say,
you think it's lost.
I say to this dog,
I love the fact you can just talk to dogs.
You are more than welcome to come with us. Bark if we are heading into danger.
Nice, brilliant.
So it's up to the dog if it wants to come with us or not. But I do ask that it barks if it thinks we're heading into danger.
Okay, I love this.
It doesn't have to come
well,
with
it doesn't.
Us, you know.
It doesn't bark at the moment, and you'll see if you start moving what it does. But at this point, I want any of the dwarves all of the dwarves to make a perception check. Okay, Riff Raff, you see from sort of here, you see a black figure appear, clock that you guys are there, and then run off over here.
To the east.
Oh, was that a crit? Yeah, that was a crit because you have -1. Okay, Riff Raff, you see the figure comes, he looks at the statue as if he was checking that it's still all there, and then it runs off.
Ooh.
Checking if the mask is still on it, maybe. Have we taken the mask off?
You didn't.
No,
No,
the mask is still there. Should we try and get the mask off?
You're too frightened to get it.
Well, Riffraff, what are you going to do seeing that?
Yeah, I'm gonna. What do you guys want to do? Should we try follow it, or should we? It looked at the statue, so I don't know.
Right.
If we spend some more time trying to work with the statue.
So what did you say? Yeah.
I'm keen to try.
I can get my unseen servant to take the thing off, mask off.
Okay.
What is? Read me that then.
Has it come up in the chat?
Yeah, it's in there now.
Oh, sweet. Okay. You cast that, do you?
Yep. And Jeeves, my butler, appears. Yeah. Come on, Jeeves. Go and get that mask, will you?
Okay.
Come on, Jeeves.
Come on now.
Okay. So, the
and also
unseen
pour
servant.
some wine for us.
Okay. You'd have to give it some wine to pour because it doesn't have any on it.
Oh, yeah.
You're telling it to remove the mask.
Yes, please, Jeeves.
It instantly goes up, pulls the mask off, and brings it back down. You all instantly feel less afraid, and the mist slowly starts to lift.
What happens if I put the mask on?
And that only happens because you put the mask on. Well, the first thing that happens is when you turn it over, is you see that on the back of the mask there's a little slot carved, and there's a key nestled into it, like a large metal key.
Hello.
You put the mask on, and you make the other characters laugh, but other than that, nothing really happens.
Okay, cool.
I
pocket it. I pocket it.
You pocket the mask and the key?
I think it's going to be worth something. Yes, and the key.
Okay, awesome. What do you want to do?
Should we follow it now, like where that figure went?
Yeah.
So hang on, Grunthram, what did you say?
Sorry, I said, now that the mask is off, can we check the statue and see if that's anyone that we recognise? Or if there's like...
Yes, you can all make a religion check to see if you see who that is. Oh, nat 20. Well, turns out that for some reason Grunthram is intimately, and Sybil. So you both noticed different things. Grunthram, you recognise that.
Wait, Sybil just rolled 2 nat 20s.
Natural. Yeah.
Wow, 1 in 400 chance.
I told you I've been preaching in the underworld for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Grunthram, you recognise that is Joachim, the god of trade, which is appropriate for the docks. Sybil, you notice that the statue has been religiously desecrated, and you feel that the mask was a big part of it. And at the bottom, you basically see scratched into it a symbol that looks like it's very simple, like line drawing, but it basically looks like a man, and then next to the man is like either a dog or a wolf.
I wonder if putting the dog near the statue, something will happen. So when I looted the horse, I got a piece of rope. Maybe we could turn the rope into a lead.
Yeah, sure.
Excellent, Sybil.
Do you want to go and do that, or do you want to let Cloyden?
Let's Cloyd do it. He's friendly. I'll hand over now my rope.
Okay. Well, I guess I ask the dog. Would you mind if I... Well, actually, do you know what? I just asked the dog. Would you come over with me to the statue? I think the bad thing has gone for now.
And so now you notice an instant change in the dog, and the dog slinks past you, and it looks at the statue. And then it looks at all of you guys and sees who's there. Seems not nearly as scared. And yeah.
That's good.
What do you want to do?
Well, he's by the statue, I guess. Nothing's happening. I don't know.
Nothing's happened.
Nothing happens when the dog goes. You feel this statue is not dog activated. If it's activated at all.
I give the dog a little pat on the head, and I give him or her one of my rations. One day's worth of rations, and then I say to Riffraff, say,
yes.
Which way did... I'm guessing you told us all about the guy that you saw.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think you did.
This way?
Yeah, we need to go after that guy.
Okay.
Okay.
They told us to kind of keep undercover. It just kind of seems like he might have spotted us and buggered off.
I'm loving this. These dwarves.
Just
hey, I'm not stacking with them anymore.
Okay. There was inappropriate touching underneath the long coat. Those days are over. Okay. Well, you all see now. Let's reveal some areas, shall we? You see this. You see the dog, however, runs ahead and is sniffing and scratching in this direction. Oh, hang on, it keeps snapping. If you hold Alt, you can make it not snap. And barking in this direction.
Oh, I say to the dog, can you lead us to the hooded figure?
What's that on the floor? A skeleton?
Yeah.
The dog turns to look at you, and then he turns to look back. And that's about it.
So I think our little four-legged friend is pointing the way. I say to everyone.
Lead the way.
Okay, so you can probably just about squeeze through there.
Roll to squeeze.
The dog has sort of squeezes past first and gets to here. And
I recognise those barrels to the north.
You'll see this.
Oh my god! Ooh. Who the hell is that?
That is a sleeping man. Lord Jones is on the roof, and he wakes up with a dog, and he says, Dagmar, you came back, and you brought some. Well, I mean, I assume you're friends. He goes, oh, blimey, this is the best I've felt waking up in days. Who are you?
Hail and well met, traveller.
Cloyden is proper old school D&D.
4th edition.
Yeah. Oh, also, he's looking at you now. It's not like some really weird, passive-aggressive move when he's like...
I don't want him to look at us.
However, I don't have a model of him standing up, so he's just going to sit there. And yes, he is holding a rake. Maybe he always sleeps with it. Who knows?
Or maybe it's a hoe.
He says, "Hello there," and he sort of pats Cloyden.
Thanks, Laura. Sybil got it.
What's that?
Sybil.
I said, Chris said, "Oh, he always sleeps with a rake," and I said, "Maybe it's a hoe."
It was terrible.
It was quite bad.
Terribly good.
Terribly good. Yeah.
Pretty good. I would say that just revealing some areas because it's really satisfying. Sybil, where you're standing, you notice some more thieves' cant.
Oh, should I read it?
And it says here, and you can automatically read it. And it says, "Dangerous dog lives here," and then there's an arrow pointing to where the man and the dog and the rest of you are. And he says, "Oh, hello there. Who are you? Where did you find Dagmar? I've been looking for her for days. She just went crazy when that mist descended." And you notice that minute by minute the mist is lifting. When that mist descended, she just seemed to go crazy and ran off. I need her, you see. She protects me from all the ruffians that live in this area.
Well, we're looking for a ruffian. Sorry, Sybil.
I was going to say, can we ask him how long the mist's been there for, and if they know the origins of it?
Well, the first thing to notice is that he is making direct eye contact with Riffraff. No, not Riffraff, Grunthrum at the top, just as if he's a normal bloke. So it seems to have fooled this man,
Nice.
who introduces himself as Dagian. He says, well, it happened, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, I suppose. I noticed weird things starting to happen. You always get horrible sorts around here, but then all of a sudden there's one day this mist came down. Everyone started getting all paranoid and fighting each other. They were. Normally the gangs get on okay. There's always, obviously, the dead rats and the Zentarim don't have a very good time with each other, but all the other gangs started getting paranoid and as well. And he looks at you and says, I don't mean any offense about you and the dead rats, by the way. I know that they're your... I've personally, myself, have always been a Zentarim man, although I try and stay out of that sort of thing. So you get the feeling your disguises are fooling him so far.
So nice. Zenturian as well.
The Zentarim are the Black Network, who you're dressed as.
He thinks that so we're passing for Zentarim.
That's good.
At the moment, with a man who you suspect isn't the brightest tool in the shed.
Chris, the Zentarim wear black. You said it was all black armor in the dress-up box. So can I ask him if he has seen one of our brothers passing this way?
He just ran there a minute ago.
He says, well, I've been asleep until you woke me up, I'm afraid, so I wouldn't know about any of that.
Can I ask him, we're looking to get hold of some rhubarb. You don't know where we could acquire some, do you?
He says, wow. Well, he says, well, I don't know. Normally I buy my rhubarb from you guys, so I don't really...
We were just
why don't we just ask him, look, I'll make Miracle Jack. We're his party, and we're just wondering if you've seen him around.
Yes, yeah.
Miracle Jack. Well, he sounds like a fun fellow.
Yeah, he's a good mate of ours.
Can't say I've heard of him, I'm afraid.
Really?
He says you don't have any rhubarb I could buy off you now, do you?
How much?
Actually, we might.
Hang on a minute. How much? So he looks at you, and he says, "The usual 1 copper piece."
I say there's a drought on at the moment. I was just checking to see if there's any other people on the street selling it. Of course, there's not. We're the only source. So,
of course. Oh, well, I'd only ever buy from you anyway.
Yes, good. It's the right answer.
Let's look. There's a drought. You have to give us a down payment now if you want any. If you give us a down payment, we'll come back later on today. You can trust us. You've been dealing with us for years.
Robbing a tramp.
What did you say, sorry?
I said, why are we robbing a tramp?
We shouldn't be.
Hang on, Laura. Sybil, are you trying to intimidate or persuade him? And
Persuade.
Do the appropriate role. Persuasion. That's a crit. He says, well, if you're doing pre-orders, I didn't realise. I'll take a year's supply, please. And he gives you what you feel like is all of the money he has, which is 10 gold pieces.
Thank you. I take the gold as the trick.
I know you look like the trustworthy sort. And he pats the dog like.
If this was a computer game, it would say in the bottom left, Cloyden will remember this. There'll be a.
He goes, oh, that's made my day. That is. First the mist cleared, now this. This is brilliant. I hopefully you can have it soon. I'm dying for a little gum rub, whatever it is you call one of those drugs. Okay, what do you want to do?
I think Sybil's hacking. She's installed hacks.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's got a dice roll hacker.
D20
hack.
Hack.
So I think we should just. I'm going to say this out loud to the rest of the group. I think we should leave this poor wretch with his dog, and I'll say to the dog, "Look after him." And
he needs it.
I say the next time you see it's a red powder, right?
Yeah, it's like pink, like rhubarb coloured.
So you snatch it from his hands and keep it away from him.
Okay. And at the mention of the dog snatching the pink powder from the man's hands, it licks its lips. Okay.
Well.
And then looks at you happily. I mean, you feel free to add something else.
I've got nothing else.
Fine. Okay.
I really hoped I could help these guys, but.
Can we head this way? Or
Yeah, you can squeeze back through that gap if you want to. Yeah. You can't squeeze through the one on the right there.
Can I investigate this dead body?
Yeah, sure. Roll for this. Roll for investigation.
Sorry. It's can't. Oh, there we go. Blah 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 blah.
Why Dagran? Is it Dagran the dog?
It's Dagmar.
Dagmar.
And the man is called Dagyen.
Dagyen.
Yeah. You can see that it's so badly rotted away that you just can't really tell. It's been there for a long time.
No jewellery on it then.
Tell you what, that investigation roll it stinks, by the way. Utterly stinks. You can see maggots crawling out of it, all sorts. If you want to search it for jewellery, you'd have to touch it, or something would have to touch it.
Okay.
And do another investigation roll.
Riffraff.
Okay.
How do you fancy earning yourself a gold piece? Risk-free. All you have to do is rifle around these remains.
Yeah.
Can I just? I hate to get in between you two, but Lord Jones, your unseen servant is waiting behind you, looking eagerly.
Oh,
as in,
he's still there. Oh, okay. Sorry. Don't worry. I take the gold piece and put it back in my pocket. And go. Oh, Riffraff, don't worry. Yeah. Jeeves, could you have a little? Could you have a little look?
Poor Riffraff. So close.
You're in luck because you discover. Or the unseen servant gives to you a pendant of golden stone carved in the form of a wasp, which you figure to be worth about 10 gold pieces, and it might be worth writing 10 gold pieces down on your sheet instead of a figure of goldstone. While you guys are here, you can see all of this. So what do you want to do?
Well, I still feel like we shouldn't hang about. We need to find this black-robed figure.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I put the gold pieces that we got from the man as well.
Why don't you put them in my empty wallet?
Tramp money, I'll call it.
Tramp money. Okay.
My legs are gone. I can't actually move anywhere.
Yeah.
Great.
Nice, staying in character. I like that.
Oh.
Okay. Well, as you go into this area, let me see what happens. Something happens.
Something's gonna happen, guys.
Something is going to happen, but it's just taking a little moment.
Oh, Ground, you're on the move.
And you can all see now. Where are you? Sybil's gone off grid.
I know. Don't know how that happened.
Okay, where did she go?
I can't see Sybil.
You can all see.
There you are.
Head of the game.
But what you mainly see
game, yeah.
is this person. Let's have a look. You see that person appear. Okay. I'm going to say that this person now appears. And from this entrance on the right, this person appears.
Oh.
And then from back here, this person appears. And I'll explain what they all look like in a minute. But the first one, this one, steps forward, and you all instantly recognize her. She looks like she's wearing armor. She's holding a shield, a sword, and she has very dark, almost blue skin. And her hair is a mohawk made entirely of fire. And you all recognize her as a genasi, which means she has ancient genie blood.
Cool.
And she has a sigil of a rat painted on her armor. All of the others just look like generic heavies. And she's going to do a little something right now. And she says, well, if it isn't a few Zentarim. She goes, this now is dead rat territory, and you guys are in for a little bit of trouble. And at that, I'd like you all to take a little break, and then we're going to roll initiative.
Cool.
Hooray!
Nice. Awesome.
So we can, whilst Chris is having a wee. No, it's okay.
I'm going to head off.
You're going to head off. It's fine. Yeah. Initiative. Spell sheet. To learn my spells. Al, if you look on your character sheet and click spells, you've got like a certain number of them prepared, as in with red dots next to them.
I'm just going to do initiative now.
Because you should only per day be able to cast a number of spells equal to your use charisma as your spell casting plus it's wisdom, isn't it? Plus half your level. I get the feeling Alan can hear me. Alan.
Yeah, now we can.
Oh, I can't hear you. I see what's happening.
Alan's got, yeah.
Do you have spells prepared? By which I mean they should have like red circles next to them. If you don't, then if we're going to stick to the rules, you should be able to choose at the beginning of every day a number of spells equal to your charisma modifier plus half your level. So you're level 4, so that's 2, and then whatever your charisma modifier is.
Say that again.
So you and I treat spellcasting in the same way, which means every morning that we wake up, we know all of these spells, but we have to choose a certain number to keep with us.
Sorry, and the cures bit. I mean, the spells.
So on the spell page, you can put red dots next to the ones that you are prepared to cast today. The number that you can cast is your wisdom modifier plus half your level. That makes sense. So you've got a shitload of spells on your spell sheet, but you can only remember a few of them at any one moment. So every morning, you kind of prepare the spells you're going to use.
Ahoy, hoy.
And it's whatever your
the number is my level.
Half your level plus your wisdom modifier, which is whatever that is. You'll have like 2 numbers attached to wisdom. It's the smaller of the 2.
Wisdom 0.
Wisdom 0?
Wisdom 0.
No.
10 and then modifiers.
It's 0.
Oh, I've got...
No.
Yeah, it's because Aladdin's min-maxed on totally min-maxed for strength.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I think so. It looked like that he had 0 on most things earlier, but then a massive plus something on strength. I'll say 13 Constitution. Oh, he's got good charisma.
Okay. Well, okay, fine. Oh, maybe it's charisma he uses. It's charisma. Sorry, yes, it's charisma.
Oh, for like the
spellcasting,
the paladin bits.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, Al. Yeah, it's your charisma modifier plus half your level.
4 things in total then.
Okay, so yeah, you can, like, of that list of spells that you've got, that's how many that you have ready to use.
God, I don't know what any of these are.
I need to roll initiative.
Yeah, how do we do this thing? We don't have the macro anymore, guys.
So, Chris, you'll have a clock icon. Ah, there we go. And
got that.
Oh, good. That's clever.
So,
I need to edit this thug.
You need to right-click, Chris, every token, and choose Add an Order. Add a turn.
So how has Lord Jones added? Have I done that?
I just rolled initiative, so maybe it did it automatically.
I might roll initiative again then. Maybe that's
how. I rolled initiative and nothing happened.
Jones has got something special going
on.
Okay.
Too.
Sybil,
yeah. We're going to keep all of your first rolls, though. I will add them.
Yes, my first was a 14. I'm going to get a drink.
Okay. Lord Jones has got it. Sybil's in. How does this
I don't know. I just didn't do anything. It just did it automatically.
Just moving. I'm just separating dwarves. I hope you don't mind. I hope it's not too presumptuous. I'll put you back on top. Deploy them at turn. And Riffraff at a turn. So Sybil got a 8. Okay, let's roll some things. So we have Riffraff. Okay, 14 for Cloyven. It's not going up. Dean. I need Lord Jones and Aladdin to make another roll to decide who goes first out of those. Gunther got a 19. Holy crap.
Wow.
Best way to do tiebreakers is in brackets after word initiative. It shows what the modifier was. So you just choose the person with the highest modifier.
So we got...
They've both rolled 15 again.
Oh my god.
Okay, it's going to be Lord Jones first. Okay, and then Triple, and then we have Riffraff. What did Riffraff roll? 14. -1 and... okay. I'm just going to take that extra 3 you did, Cloyven, to say that you didn't do quite as well as Riffraff. It's going to be interesting.
Have higher dexterity.
Luckily, Riffraff and Aladdin are similar to each other in the turn order because they're stacked on top of each other at the moment. I don't quite know how that works. Okay. Oh, that was the wrong dice.
Are we gonna fight like this, or are we gonna break cover?
You can choose to break cover on either of your turns, should you so wish. Okay. There are two other thugs who aren't on here for some reason, but they will be in a moment. Okay. So first off, it's the bigger thugs' turn, which are the green ones. If everyone's ready, what happens is that they sort of like seem to scream, and then what you see is their muscles start to bulge and hair start to grow out of them. And let's move this one out here. This one is replaced with this guy. I don't know what. Can everyone see a box around this one?
That's only if you highlight them in the kernel.
Oh, I see. Right.
I can see the massive wolf man that's just
turns into a giant rat man.
Oh,
One of the dead rats. And he's sort of half man, half rat. Horrible, like, veins going through body. It's all a bit grim. This one goes away as well and is replaced with this one here. Token layer. And that is all they do. So actually, they didn't roll as well as Grunthron, but I'm just going to say that's what they did anyway. So, because that reveals something about them. And Grunthron, it's your turn.
Well, they're kind of far away for me to do anything at the moment, and I'm still on shoulders. So
yeah.
I guess how high is that? Is that a roof on the side there?
On like next to you, above you.
Yeah, above me.
Yeah, that's like a sort of 10-foot high roof. At like a 45, maybe slightly less than 45-degree angle.
Can I jump on it?
Yeah, you can give me a acrobatics roll. Yeah, you just like you jump out and you go. You're gonna need to go like there, but you're not on the roof. You like slip down. You manage to land on your feet, but you don't manage to get onto it. So I'll say that's like 10 feet of your movement.
Okay. Is that my turn over, or do I get to do
No, you can do what you like. You can attack, you can move.
Well, I kind of wanted to move onto the roof, but that didn't work out so well.
You can try jumping up again. It will just take more.
I guess.
And the cloak sort of falls over Aladdin, so he just looks like a sort of like a mound of clothes.
Can I hit one of these bastards with a dart?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, go for it. I presume the range is okay on the dart. Which one are you aiming for?
This one here.
Okay, yes, go for it.
Not a bloody dart, eh?
Okay, the dart hits it. Can you roll for damage? Okay, the dart hits it, goes into its skin, and you see the skin just instantly heal over.
Oh.
As the dart goes in, and it seems to have had no effect. So have you got any? But you've got loads of attacks and things now as a monk. You can choose to, I believe.
Yeah, but
points.
Yeah, I'm just going to stay where I am now. Let the fight develop. Thanks.
All right, cool. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure you knew that now we're all level 4.
Yeah.
Got loads of things to play with. Cool. Okay, so if you're happy with that, it's going to be the bigger thugs, which are clearly not just thugs. They've gone already because they went first. Lord Jones, it's your turn. I wish we had some music. Need to work out how to get that working.
I can't hear you in the thing.
Mm.
Can everyone else hear
I
Becca?
can't hear Lord Jones.
No,
No.
can't hear her.
Do you
Click your refresh button.
do you
Beck.
refresh?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cast at what level? What does that mean? Like, level 4?
What spell were you doing?
Eldritch
Oh,
Blast.
so you only have cancel a second. Go back to your main page. I can't remember what level spell slots you have now. Warlocks are a bit weird. You have 2 level 2 slots. So any spell you cast is always level 2.
Okay.
Unless you wanted to do level 1.
There we go. So my famous blue flames come out of my
Make a ranged spell
my
attack.
hands,
Who are
and
you
I
attacking?
go for not the mouse, but this guy.
Not the mouse.
What's
So-
how
So
do you do
this
it?
one is the leader.
click
This is
and
the
hold.
Genasi.
You're going for him.
Click and hold. I was going to go for that one actually, just
For
because
that
it's
one?
closer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go to that one.
Absolutely.
Close to the exit, possibly.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going for that one, are you?
Mhm.
Okay. So you need to make a. You're doing it at first level, right?
Yeah.
No, second. You would.
Oh, sorry, second.
So. Oh, it's just a second level spell. Okay, so tell me how that works. That's just a ranged spell attack, right? So make a ranged spell attack.
So that
How do I do that?
That means on your spell sheet.
So basically, for everyone who needs to make a ranged spell, I think that you
You can
click
the spell
the spells tab on your character sheet, and then there should be like an attack modifier at the top. I don't think any will do spells much.
Eldritch Blast is a. Oh, it's a cantrip anyway. So yeah, you just need to roll d20 and add 6.
Oh, you can't actually click it unless it's on your.
Sorry.
If you just double click there, that makes it invisible. So you can
Oh.
come back to it really easily later. So now you just go to your dice, roll d20, and add. You rolled a 6. You add 6 because that's your spell.
12.
That's your attack.
6. That's a hit. So
Yes!
these blue flames hit him right in the chest. So roll for damage, please.
And that's a
a D10 and then plus your charisma modifier.
D10. So another 6, eh? Well, that's good for a D10. Plus charisma modifier is 6.
Wow, nice.
Nice, 12
so
damage.
12 hit points. So that
Thanks.
yeah, that is he's not happy about that.
No.
She, I should say, and yeah, she seems pretty injured by that.
Oh.
Anything else you'd like to do, Lord Jones? If not, then it's Aladdin's turn.
I laugh icily.
Brilliant, Aladdin, your turn.
Alan,
You are underneath a cloak at present.
Oh,
you've muted
Aladdin,
yourself
turn
now.
off mute.
You're muted, Al, I believe.
Yeah, click, hover over your picture. There you go. You're back.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm squaring up to this, what seems to be their main person,
Yep.
and I'm gonna smack them, and then I'm gonna do Divine Smite as well.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out how
Cool.
to do that.
Yeah, that sounds great. Fine, Smite 5e. So if you do your attack, so if you click on your
Yeah.
your attack in your character sheet,
Really slowing down.
so you need to expend a spell slot as well.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Luke, do you know how to do spell slots, or do you just
You just sort of
practice
manage
and-
them yourself. You just have to. You just
Right.
minus it.
So if you do
Done
your
it.
you do your attack, are you doing?
Just normal attack.
So this is just with a one-handed axe, right, or hammer? So you keep your shield up, or are
my
you stashing the shield?
Yeah, my two-handed battle axe.
Okay, so that will mean that you will be open to
So
you'll have a slightly lower armor class on your next turn.
You just roll.
That's fine.
You'll be stashing your shield.
Roll your normal attack, and then if you want to expend a spell slot, you should be able to edit the number of slots you've got on your sheet somewhere just to reduce that by 1. Add an extra 2d8 damage if you use it.
That is a miss. Yeah, so you bring it down, and she ducks out the way. She's quite live on her feet. So,
can I do anything else, or is that it?
Don't know if you have any bonus actions that you can do, or
No, I think that's it.
If not, I'll have a look through for your next turn, and then we can let's have a look. Dark Vision, Stone Cunning, Dwarven Resilience, Divine Smite.
Yeah, I wanted to Divine Smite, but I need to hit for that.
Yeah.
And I've got some other bits, but yeah, they're more.
Sadly, that is I think that's it. So,
well, life of a paladin.
So you came from underneath there. I will say that this one here just saw like a dwarf, because it didn't see Grumthum. This one here just saw like a dwarf's legs, or what she thought was like a human's legs turn into a dwarf, and so this one is surprised, which means that everyone or whoever hits next will have advantage on whoever attacks them first will have advantage against them.
Which I can't tell which one.
Yeah, which one?
So this one on the left.
Oh, there.
These two blue ones, you get the sense that they're just generic heavies. She's so surprised by that. She's like, what the hell's going on? This isn't your usual Zents.
Okay.
Cool. Riffraff.
Yeah.
You're up.
Well, if I've got I have advantage, then I might attack her. With the daggers.
You can do several attacks, right?
Yeah.
25. Yeah, that's a hit. Yeah.
Okay.
Your first attack.
And then if I've got advantage, can I deal?
Oh yeah, just roll again in case you get a crit.
2d6.
Actually,
roll the
on a sneak attack with surprise. Yeah, sorry, on surprise he gets sneak attack as well. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get advantage anyway. So roll another d20.
Nice.
The same thing, like I hit the dagger, or
hit dagger again.
Okay.
Just in case you get a crit.
Yeah, sorry, you're absolutely right.
So because they're surprised anyway. You get advantage anyway because Aladdin is standing within 5 feet of them as well. So now roll your damage. So you just hit them to start with. Now roll for normal damage and then roll your sneak attack.
On the dagger again?
How does damage work on this?
You just click. So yeah, just click dagger in the chat there to do the first.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, dagger in the chat.
The first dagger.
The first dagger, yeah.
Oh, you click the dagger in chat.
Oh, it does sneak attack for you as well.
Come back to me.
Oh, brilliant.
So 14 damage on the first dagger.
1 + 6, 14 damage. So, okay.
And then if you want to attack with the second dagger in your offhand, then you've already rolled twice for the dagger, so...
that was for advantage with the first dagger, so... you rolled with that one as well.
Yeah, do I hit that one too?
No, that second one misses at that 8 there.
Okay.
And then... Yeah, that's it. Cool.
Fancy footwork? No, sorry. Yeah.
Or is it Rakish Audacity? Which one is it?
Sorry, Rakish Audacity. No, it's not Rakish Audacity.
Or a Cunning Action.
The fancy footwork, it can't make an opportunity. But it's just
during your turn if you make it that against you for the rest of your turn. Okay, so you could have like skipped away and stabbed another one, but either way, you can then retreat. How much?
I'll retreat.
In fact, you could use your.
Yeah.
You could use your dash action.
Yeah,
because you've made him. Yeah, and that will include fancy footwork. So rogues have this thing called cunning action, which means that they can use a bonus action. which will.
Should I just leave Aladdin to take all the hits, basically?
Yeah, why not? Which will allow them to like dash, disengage, or hide. But they also have. Rob also has this thing.
Move.
That lets him run away without being hurt.
Yeah. Do you know how many blocks that would be roughly? Like two blocks?
I can't remember where you started.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, let's say there. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Seems fair.
Okay.
Sorry,
Nice. They're looking pretty injured. That one on the left. She's like, "Whoa, I was not expecting that man's legs to turn into a dwarf and stab me quite so overwhelmingly." And Cloyden, here's your turn.
So I'm going to cast Bane. One, which looks like this. Chat thing. So I choose 3 creatures. I'm going to choose the Ganassi, and the 2 rats. Actually, range 33, 5, 10. Yes, the Ganassi and the 2 rats. They need to make charisma saving throws against my.
Yeah, what's your DC?
Against 15.
Okay.
If they fail them, then that stuff happens.
Okay, so I'm rolling the Ganassi first. Okay, so she succeeds, and now I'm doing the rats against 15. Did you say? And they fail. The rats fail. So what happens?
So whatever they do, basically, they
take away a D4.
A D4, yeah, off of
right.
the roll.
Okay. Well, that's a shame for me. How long does it last? So concentration up to 1 minute. Cool.
Yeah.
Anything else? Otherwise,
I'm gonna move to the center of the fight here, I guess.
Control the center. Brilliant. Okay. Sybil, what would you like to do?
I am going to. Well, I might as well start trying to tackle the one that's nearest me. That little devil. And I'm going to hit it with my short sword.
Which one are you attacking?
Go for the woman rather than the rat. I shout.
Which one? This one.
Go for the this guy. How do you do it again? Hold and click. That one, maybe.
Yeah,
if you want.
That's one.
Make
I've got a feeling the rats on.
Why don't you make a survival check, Sybil?
Oh, it's low. It's not going to be good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so you're going for
my short sword.
Short sword or rapier?
Oh, rapier. Go on then. Silvered.
Go on then.
Oh, nice. You're rolling really well tonight.
Well done.
Well done.
Yeah, it's funny. So 21. So that's a hit. And roll. If you then click on the 21, I think is that what adds the damage?
You click on rapier on the word there. Chat.
So in chat, Sybil, if you go back.
Yep, got it.
And click rapier.
There we go.
Okay, so there's 8 piercing. Okay, so that's the first bit. They're looking not too great now. More injured. You have some other things you can do now. You don't have advantage against it, so you can't do a sneak attack.
No.
You could if there were more of your allies next to it. What other things can you do though?
Assassins get advantages on people that haven't taken a turn in combat yet.
Okay. Well, why the hell not?
They get advantage. So.
Well, they get advantage, therefore you get.
You
sneak
could roll
attack.
that again. Oh yeah, they get sneak attack. Yep.
So what's your sneak attack? Is it 2d?
It'll be 2d6 at this level.
Yeah. So if you I think you just type like.
/roll. 2d.
So that's my example. Yeah, you do /roll space 2d6. That will do it. Or you can. I think there's a dice roller, which is the little dice icon on the menu on the left. But if you do that, Laura.
Do I just type in rolling 2d6?
/ roll space 2d6. Should do it.
10.
Nice, Jesus.
Awesome. So, like, jumping out of the shadows next to the tent with a rapier attack, you carve this woman to ribbons, and she falls to the ground prone,
Nice.
but she is not dead. The Genasi goes.
I don't think she's looking too good, though.
No, not at all.
Past her, maybe.
Not she's looking like she's very much on her last legs. Genasi, her like mohawk of fire seems to flare up, and she goes straight for you, Aladdin, with the longsword. 1 second. And she misses, and she hits for 10 slashing damage. So if you... Do I take that off, Luke, or were you doing that?
Yeah, you can do it, or players can do it themselves.
Okay, so I'm going to click Aladdin, and then click the green circle and type -1. So you can see you have 21 left, Aladdin. And with that, that is her turn over, and it's now the thug's turn. So this thug gets up and off the ground. Sorry, this one on the right gets up off the ground, and she tries to stab you, but she has disadvantage. Tries to stab Sybil, and she just completely misses. But now she is still upright. This thug here, who was so surprised to see Riffraff, and now just completely, a dwarf seemed to jump out of nowhere and then disappear again. So they swing for Aladdin, and has advantage because she has pact. So does hits you with a mace. Does 19 beat your armor class, Aladdin? I believe it does without the shield up. Even with the
Alan,
shield
you
up.
muted yourself again, mate.
I think it does. So that's attacks you with this mace once.
Alan, unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself. Bum bum.
Can't hear
Bum
you,
bum
mate.
bum
You're
bum
muted.
bum bum. Alan.
You're muted.
Muted.
He's intentionally muted. It's fine.
Oh.
So he's happy for me to just subtract his hit points while I batter him. So the first attack gets you down to pretty damn injured, and then she and that's it. And that is their turn over. So Grunthrum, you're up.
Right. So can I get to this guy and make an attack in one move?
Yeah, I say you can.
Okay, cool. Then I will flip and cartwheel my way towards him.
Brilliant. You don't have to roll for that.
Unarmed strike when I get there.
Okay, make yourself a survival roll, first of all. Anyone who's attacking these creatures.
It's clever.
Survival. Okay, before you attack, you can only do this when you get there, but before you attack, you recognize this to be a were-rat. You notice two things. You know one thing and you notice another thing. The first thing is that you know that were-rats and lycanthropes in general can't be damaged by non-magical weapons that aren't silvered. That's the first thing you notice. You know. The second thing that you notice is that Sybil Silverpoint, the silver of her rapier, catches your eye, and you notice that her rapier is silvered.
Okay.
You've used 30 feet of your 40 foot of movement, unless you want to dash or do anything, do other things.
Can I change my mind and attack the person who doesn't?
That one there?
Yeah.
Sure. Yes, you can.
Okay. Then I sort of stop midway through my run, sort of like hopping on one foot as I try and check. And I steady myself and make an unarmed attack on this one here.
Go for it.
Nice.
Monk unarmed strike. So that is a miss. I'm afraid, with the first attack.
Can I spend a key point and do something else?
Sure. However that works.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm a bit confused as to whether you can use that if your first attack misses.
So have you got like open palm or something?
Yeah, I've got open palm.
How does that work then? Oh, flurry of blows.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
oh yeah, so you can do that. So now you can make 2 unarmed strikes against that one.
Okay.
And I'm going to let you make 2 separately.
So what do I need to roll?
So you need to make an unarmed strike.
I think you've got unarmed strike on your character sheet.
Yeah.
So the first one misses again.
No.
And that is a critical miss. So so distracted are you by this thing that
you change your mind at the last minute.
Yeah, change your mind at the last minute, and I'm going to say that you're prone. You fall over flat on your face with the thing with that critical miss. So unless there's anything else, it's the were-rat's turn.
Excellent.
Yeah. So the first thing that happens is that was inspired. Some bad rolls, I'm afraid. First thing that happens to the were-rat is it attacks with its short sword, Grunthrum. And does 13 beat your armor class?
I believe it does not.
No, so that misses. And then it gets annoyed and it tries to bite you. And it rolls a 19. So
for a moment, I thought you were just sort of like break dancing on the floor, Grunthrum, and like avoiding all of this.
So, Joss, you take 3 points only of piercing damage. However, so do you want to take that off your own hit points? If you click your character, there should be a green circle above.
Yep, I'll take that. So 3 points, yeah?
Yeah. And you can type -3 as well as just putting the new total in. You also now need to roll a DC 16 Constitution saving throw, having just been bitten by a were-rat.
Right. Well, how on earth do I do that?
So just click Constitution saving throw on your character sheet in the top left, and you need to beat 11. Unless you have anything that dwarves have about Constitution saving throws. What does Dwarven Resilience do?
I think it gives you advantage against poison.
Only against poison.
You have you have advantage on saving throws against poison, and you have resistance against poison damage.
Okay. Well, sadly, as this were-rat and its horrible sort of infected, cursed fangs sink into your neck, you feel this horrible feeling coursing through your veins. You get a horrible feeling that you've just been cursed by were-rat lycanthropy, the effects of which we might find out later on. So that is that one's turn, and then this one is going to advance down here, and it's going to turn to Silver Point, and it does an attack with its short sword, which misses, And it tries to bite you and misses.
Yeah.
Lord Jones, it is your turn.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Sorry, Grandson.
This one again, the same one that I did. I don't know why it's not working.
Grandson, did you can I did you share your knowledge about the were-rats with everyone else? Or did you keep it yourself?
I don't know. Well, I might shout it out when I get back off my back.
Okay. Good stuff. Okay, so you're going to attack that one with Eldritch Blast.
Yes, please.
Roll a d20 and add 6 then, I believe.
Roll a d20 and add 6, 12.
That is a hit. And
D10.
Click on
D10.
D10.
Free.
And she goes up screaming in a thing of blue flames and is burnt to cinders.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Utterly dead. Anything else Lord Jones would like to do? Because if not, it's Aladdin's turn.
I laugh icily.
Icily. Brilliant. Great. Okay, Aladdin, you are looking injured, I should say.
I'm just gonna keep fighting.
Keep on fighting. Okay, go for it. Who are you attacking? The Genasi again.
Same person.
Roll yourself and attack with the great sword. Then. That is just a hit. Roll me some damage. Battle axe. Oh, you're rolling one-handed.
Divine smite thing as well.
Yeah. So did you roll that one-handed? Then you've put your shield back up because that's what it says you rolled. Cool. So 6 slashing. Yeah. Go for your divine smite then.
I don't know how that works.
She shrugs that first thing off pretty easily. That thing, it damages her, but it just seems to make her more angry and like, oh yeah, we're fighting now then, is it? How does divine smite work?
Divine smite, you should just be able to. Hopefully, you can click the spell if it's on your spell sheet, but if it's not, I'll just type /roll space 2d8. If you're using a first level spell slot, or 3d8 if you're using a second level spell slot. And yeah, that's it. You add that amount of damage.
So you only have first level at this level.
Oh, okay. So yeah, 2d8.
Yeah. So. And if people don't want to type, you can click on the left toolbar underneath the clock icon. There's a little dice roller, so you can click on those and roll them.
That's why. Every time I click the spells thing, it takes me ages to find the core button again.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I think I've probably
a lot of windows.
I probably just added divine smite as text, probably not something that's clickable because not everything is clickable.
Yeah, it's not on the spells. That's all.
All right. So what do I need to do?
I would just type /roll space 2d8 in the chat box at the bottom right. I'll tell you how much you add extra.
Laura asleep. Roll 2d8.
Yeah. There you
go. Oh.
Wow. 2 ones? Seriously? Rolling?
I'm not having any luck.
I can't see where it says that.
It looks like the format is weird. Now try that again, Al. Type in
roll
/roll space 2d8.
All one word, 2d8. No space after the 2.
Oh, that's where I fucked up.
That's better.
That's better. 7. So, like, as you sink the wound just erupts, basically. The one that she had shrugged off and laughed at erupts in pure, brilliant, radiant light. And she starts to look a little bit more injured than she did before. Unless you have anything else you'd like to do, Aladdin, it is Riffraff's turn.
That's all I can do.
Okay. I'm going to move in.
Whoa.
Attack this same person over here. With the daggers again.
Yep.
I'll do it.
Same person on the left?
Yeah.
Yeah, click it again because you get advantage, but that's a hit already. You get advantage because Aladdin is sitting there. Cool, well, we'll take the 25, but that's a hit. Roll for damage on that dagger.
I'm 25.
So that's for the first dagger.
Oh, on the first dagger.
So what's that? It's 14 in total?
Yeah.
Okay, so just with that one dagger, it's so expertly...
Right in the armpit, by the way.
Right in the armpit, going for the artery. It just starts spurting blood everywhere, like projectile, like hydraulic force. And they look like they are about to topple over. They start to look a bit faint from loss of blood, essentially. What would you like to do now? You got extra daggers.
So should I click the other dagger, the one I rolled 25 on? Does that help? Yeah.
That's actually that's for the first two with advantage.
That's
so
the
your
first two.
As in your first. That's the first dagger, all done with.
Yeah, done.
So now your second dagger, just so click on your character sheet, click dagger again. Chris, you might have to actually minus the well, no,
he has an ability that means that you can add your proficiency bonus as well to the second to the offhand.
Oh well, then that, in that case, just click dagger again, then roll. Jesus.
That's a hit.
That's definitely a hit.
How much damage does that one do?
But not sneak attack this time.
No, it's just adding sneak attack automatically. So 5. Yeah, so I feel like they're like...
the other armpit.
Yeah, the other armpit, they go to do it, and then they're just like splurting blood everywhere, and they just fall down looking as white as a vampire with absolutely no blood left inside them. Just carved up. It's horrendous. I'm going to do it like that, actually.
Okay.
So
I'll do that on this one. Yeah, it's horrendous. Does that mean that if you use that as a bonus attack, you can't jump backwards?
Well, I'm not going to jump backwards anyway.
Okay, well, let's
I'm going to stay with Aladdin because I'm worried about him.
Good stuff. Okay, nice one. So
guys,
you are left with
I'm going to have to go to bed, I'm afraid.
That's fine.
I'm so sorry. I'm just falling asleep.
Assign Lord Jones to Luke. If you wouldn't mind doing the combat roll.
The old Eldritch blasts.
Okay.
Good work, everyone. Good work. And good night, all, and have a good old fight. Good night and good fight. Should I just turn my computer off?
Yeah.
One moment while I just deal with this. Controlled by Cloyden. Okay, you should have access to Lord Jones now. So, Cloyden, your turn.
Aladdin's feeling pretty bad right now. Is that correct?
You get the sense he's injured, but he's not dead yet.
Okay, so it doesn't look like he's on his last legs. I'm going to cast.
I'm on about
he's
health.
You are, say again?
I'm on about a third of my health.
Yeah.
Okay, I reckon. Okay, you can play smart. I'm keeping my eye on you, but I think what I'm going to do is time these kind of creatures. So
Do you want to do a survival check on the were-rats?
Oh yeah, no one has told me yet, have they? Okay, yes.
Survival or nature?
Oh well.
You could do a nature if you wanted.
I should have done survival. Actually, I've rolled nature. 14.
Yeah, you know they're were-rats. They can't be damaged by non-silvered, non-magical weapons.
Okay, well,
is all you know about them.
I'm going to use my bonus action, my free action or whatever, to say, hit them with magic, hit them with silver, and I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt. Fuck it, I'm going to do it as a second level spell, because I've never played a caster before, so I have no idea whether or not I should save my spell slots.
Yeah.
Which means I'll put that in the chat for you. There's a bit of damage.
Oh, that's pretty great.
Oh, that's
That's the bug.
okay. It does.
Try it again. It might work. Nope. You'll have to do this manually, mate.
No. This is what it does. Basically, I'm going to cast it as a second level, so I'm going to give it. I need to do a spell attack first. It's really hard to do.
So they already have disadvantage, don't they?
20.
The next time they roll.
The rats do, yes.
All right, I need to retrospectively fix that.
Oh, don't worry. Let's just see if I hit.
Okay. Well, let's just say they get on the net. But the thing is, they gave Grung from Were Rat Lycanthropy last time.
Oh, that's right.
Range spell attack?
I've just done
That's a hit. Which one are you attacking, though?
Just for the record, I get +7 to that. I'm going to be attacking.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Oh.
Okay. Roll for damage.
So damage. Oh, actually, fuck it. No, I'll do it as level 1. 6, 9.
Okay. So yeah, it doesn't like that, and it seems surprised to be so easily injured. And yeah, it looks injured, basically.
Just realised I have already given advantage against the character, but whatever. Now it has double. You have double advantage, which doesn't count. Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to do?
I think
otherwise,
that's pretty much all I can do.
I reckon you've got more tricks up your sleeve, but let's move on to.
Yeah, no, I'll leave it there.
Sybil, Silver Point. 'Tis your turn.
Can I move myself, or do I have to stay where I am?
You can move, but if you move,
You'll
have
I'm
an
just
attack
going
of
to go for the dude on my left then, and I'm going to get out my.
Your what?
The guy on my left.
You said you're going to get out your something, and then it cut out.
Oh, sorry.
The rapier.
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah, attack with the rapier then.
Had luck before.
Yeah, that hits. So if you click rapier silvered, you didn't have that before, but I thought that might be something she gets done, given that she's 8 piercing. You also have advantage, like a sneak attack against it. So how does that work?
Sneak attack will be
2d6, right?
2d6, yeah.
So if you roll 2d6 / roll space 2d6.
Rogues are OP. Please nerf 2 6s. Jesus.
It looks like, whoa, it's just been hit by radiant damage and a silver sword, which it hasn't seen in a long time, and it is down to its last legs. It staggers backwards and then turns back to you and snarls. Anything else you'd like to do?
Can I do anything else?
You might be able to.
Yeah, you better move away without getting attacked, actually. Bonus action.
I'll move.
What is this? Yeah, so you're going to use your cunning action to disengage and then move your movement away. I'm just going to turn you around that way. And great, so it's the Genassi's turn. Turns back to Aladdin and attacks again with her longsword. So she doesn't like being injured, and she misses, and she hits. For for 12 points of slashing damage. So, do you want to take that off, Aladdin? And that's her go. And now we move on to the thugs, who are dead. Grumthrum, it's your turn. However, I want to re-roll. I think we should re-roll. I had a disadvantage against you on the previous one, so I'm just going to see if I actually hit you or not, and whether you actually got where at lycanthropy. So let's see.
Opinion.
All right, bye. Sadly, that is still a hit. So
No.
Okay.
you did still get it. Grumthrum, your turn.
Okay. So I want to get away from this guy as quickly as possible because I can't really hurt him.
Uh-huh.
So I think this guy's down, isn't he? Pretty much at the moment.
The one, this one, yeah, that one there is like
he's
pretty damn injured.
Okay, so I'm gonna come and help my mate Aladdin out here. So I'm just gonna sort of like leap over the injured rat and go for a
so is that you're using your disengage? Do you get disengage? How does that work? Or is it going to get a opportunity?
I'm sure you probably. I think monks can probably just like run around all over the place.
Yeah, I think they can. But I just need to let's check what you get. Bio and info character sheet. Unarmored defense. Oh yeah, speed, dark vision, flurry of blows, step of the wind. You can use your step of the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Spend 1 key point, take a disengage or dash action as a bonus action on your turn. Your jump distance is doubled. So if you use a key point, you can get there without provoking an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Or you can risk it. Up to you.
Yeah, I might as well. So what does not taking it mean?
It means that they can attack you. But I believe they both still have disadvantage, do they, Luke, with your spell?
They do, yeah, because I haven't had another turn yet, so... so yes,
no, you have had another turn, but how long did it last? Was it 1 minute?
Yeah, actually, that first spell, Bane... Yeah, it's 1 minute.
So, okay, so they have disadvantage. They look a bit bewildered and out of it, but they could, both of them... Actually, you know what? Only the first one could attack you because you're not moving out of melee range. So this one here could attack you as you run away.
Okay.
So either spend a key point or risk it. What do you want to do?
I'll spend the key point.
Okay, cool. So nice. Okay, so if you just make a note of that, you've got 2 left now, and you effortlessly cartwheel and jump over it. And what do you want to do?
I want to smack it with my...
With your what, sorry?
I'm just going to go for an unarmored strike.
Uh-huh.
Although, quarterstaff.
Yeah, I think it's... Yeah, quarterstaff on... Yeah, I don't know. Let's have a look. What'd you get? Ah, it's another bad roll, I'm afraid. That's a miss on the first one. You can do... You have spent a key point already to get there.
Yeah, that's me done for this move.
Okay, it's Were-Rat's turn. They turn to... this one turns to you here and rolls a bite and hits for 4 points of piercing damage, and also stabs at you with its short sword, and hits for 8 points, so 10 points total of combined piercing and slashing damage on Grumthrum.
10 points.
Yeah, and since you're already cursed with Were-Rat lycanthropy, it doesn't seem to make it any worse when it lands the bite on you. This one here is going to run over to Loithrin. Oh, sorry. No, I needed to do disadvantage on all of those. So add those 10 points back there. This is for the first one. Hit still. The second one misses. So that was 8. Yeah, so sorry, it only does 4 points to you, Guntram. This one goes over here. And it goes for a short sword attack. So does 17 beat your armor class?
I expect so. I was having a bit of trouble with the software there. Yeah, it does. Oof, by 5.
So you take 4 points of piercing damage, and then it goes in for a bite. And it gets with its 2 rolls, it gets a crit and a crit fail. So it takes the crit fail, and basically
bites itself.
Lunges. Yeah, you know what? It bites its tongue. And it takes 4 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
And is cursed with were-rat lycanthropy.
Again.
Yeah.
Double.
It's a double werewolf.
Double pneumonia of lycanthropy.
Lord Jones. It's Lord Jones's turn.
Well, I'm going to completely selfishly. Oh, actually, it's this one here that's next to Grumthrum, which is the most badly.
That was the one you were originally attacking as well.
Most badly wounded one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Lord Jones, ever the mathematician, is going to see that as the best option, so he does this for his spell attack for Eldritch Blast.
It's a miss.
It's a miss. Okay, well that's him done then.
Aladdin, your turn.
We're gonna triple team this woman.
I love the way that Riffraff still has the glasses on.
I'm in my disguise.
Yeah, I'm going to. Do you think we've got enough? Should I hit her again?
She doesn't look particularly injured to you yet.
Yeah.
That's how you would assess this situation.
I'm going to heal myself then.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can figure out how to do that. So.
I think from memory you have lay on hands, which means you've got a pool of like 20 health points that you can just dish out.
Yeah.
Just like a D4 or something?
Yeah, that's right. So I can level times 5. So yeah, 20. So I'm just going to give myself. I'm going to give myself all 20. Okay.
Can you do all 20 at once?
Touching yourself, yeah, you can. Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah, you can distribute them freely, like however you like.
But does it not take a bonus action or an action to cast or anything?
It takes an action.
Yeah, it will take my action. So.
But you can use them as many as you want in one action. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Right, so yeah, that's my turn done.
Okay. Riffraff. The armpit carver, the armpit butcher of Neverwinter.
I'm gonna do this.
Wearing the cunning disguise, and there's a dwarven cat in shot as well.
Yeah.
Who is that? Also casts Become Cat.
Yeah. Whoop. Riffraff. You're attacking the only person there. That's a hit.
Yeah.
Would you like? You also have you also have advantage, so do that again.
Yeah.
You have advantage because Aladdin is stood right there.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so we take so yeah, roll damage for either of those. Sneak attack. What? So that's
Jesus.
okay. So you rapier her and such that her mohawk of fire extinguishes, and then she like looks back up at you and it goes again.
No.
But she's looking pretty injured now. What do you want to do? Another dagger?
Yeah.
Roll another dagger then.
It's this bottom one.
So you don't get sneak attacks. It's just 5 piercing damage.
And I'm not going to run away. I'm next to my brothers.
So she's looking on her last leg. Just as soon as her she like pops her mohawk, her flame back in, you just like swipe it again with the other dagger and it goes out again.
Nice.
And then she makes a snap face at you. Cloyven, it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna point at Ganassi. And I'm gonna cast shout.
Cast what?
I'm gonna shout at her first of all. Like, call your men off. I'm gonna cast hold person at level 2. Which means that she has to make a wisdom saving throw against 15.
Okay. What does shout mean? Or is that? Did you say you cast shout?
That's no. That's just my free action. I'm just going to say, call your men off, and I'm going to hold her. I'm going to point my hand, point my staff at her, and just say, just try and hopefully paralyze her. Otherwise, this will be really embarrassing.
She saves, but it's lucky she can answer you, and she says, "No way, dude."
Ugh, I hate this person.
Because she saved you. Yeah, that's it. Do you hate her because she said "no way, dude"?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, actually, I cast it at level. No, I didn't. Ugh, okay.
Anything else? If not, it's Sybil's turn.
Can I move myself?
I'm gonna try and fuck it. I'm gonna try and run away from this beast.
Cool, go for it.
And I obviously get. They have an attack of opportunity on me, but whatever.
Well, it misses completely. Sybil, you can move. Your turn.
I'm gonna move. I'm gonna join my comrade to there.
You're gonna do your what to where? There.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine. I know.
No, that's fine. It won't. It's only if you move out of its range. So if you had moved to here, you would have moved past this one and out of its attack range again, and then it would have been able to attack you.
Sorry, I've just done it.
That's fine. So that's a miss.
Oh no!
For the first one.
Hooray!
So, do you have any other things you can do? Any other attacks or anything?
No, not really. I could do a short sword.
Oh, you have advantage. Oh, sorry, you do have advantage on it. So roll again, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep forgetting everyone has advantage against these creatures, and they have disadvantage against us. 21.
Oh, this is good.
The rogues have advantage, I think.
That was worth
21.
it.
10 piercing. Oh, yeah. I mean, this guy is just gone. It just basically turns back into its human form. Except there's loads of like wolf hair, rat's hair all over it, and like a horrible withered tail that just like turns to dust behind it, and it lies down dead.
Yeah.
So
that wasn't in character.
Yeah, nice. Ignacy's turn. It's going to turn to. It's going to turn to Riffraff.
No.
Roll some attacks, please. Does 23 beat your armor class?
Yes, I'm at 15.
Okay, so and so the other one's 13, so that doesn't hit. So let's do that again. Now you take 11 points of slashing damage. So if you could take that off, Riffraff.
Where's 11?
So if you click on your character and then the little 31 will appear in a green circle.
Yeah. So
just type in -11 in that.
Oh, -11. Yeah. Okay.
and it will do the mass for you, should you so wish. Massey can't do anything else. And so Grumthrum, who so far has just run about and be cursed by where at lycanthropy, is your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to go for another swing with my quarterstaff and pray that the dice gods are good to me. They're not good to me.
Oh, mate. That's a miss.
And I apologise to all of my compatriots for my utter failure to hit anything.
I think this is becoming like a character trait.
This is so funny.
Because you just, it seems like you've got really bad
Oh,
luck.
it's so unsatisfying, isn't it? Any key points for extra strikes?
Oh, I might as well give it a go. The world loves a trier. Yeah, go on then. I'll go from the flurry of blows. Go for another. Do they have to be unarmed?
You get 2 extra unarmed strikes for that, right?
That's right. So let's go back and do that.
2 seems generous for a flurry. Well, that's a critical fail. But I'm going to say that there's no extra punishment for that.
You've got
just this one.
Dice.
And so roll your other one, and that's a miss as well. So Joss has rolled this round. Joss rolled a 2, a 1, and a 3. Not to rub it in. Sorry about that, Grumthrum. It is this rat's turn. It turns to Sybil and lunges at it with a.
These fucking guys.
Lunges at it with a short sword and misses, but goes for a bite and misses. And that is its turn. Lord Jones's turn. What would you like to do?
The classic.
Eldritch.
Just roll 20. What did I say? It was 6, I think.
That's a hit.
Yeah, it's got to be a hit. 16, and then so for such roll 1d10 plus charisma. What's Lord Jones's charisma?
+6. I think that is.
Yeah, charisma must be.
Yeah, it must be because it's. Oh, unless that's the proficiency roll.
10.
Hang on a minute. Must be +4,
Makes
right?
sense. 4 would be charisma +2.
Yeah, it's +4.
Yeah,
right.
+4. Yeah, cool. So 10 damage.
10 damage. Yeah, he doesn't like it.
Didn't even say who. This rat guy.
Yeah. Wow. He's starting to look injured now. Unless you want to move or do an evil laugh or anything, Lord Jones. It is Aladdin's turn again. Laughs coldly. He's going through the repertoire today.
Yeah.
No, I lost my dice. There it is. Aladdin. Need to unmute. Alan's appreciation of background noise is brilliant. So you're going for 2-handed battle axe.
No, he's moving.
25.
He's moving. You're muted still. That's a hit for sure. Attacking, I'm guessing the Genasi still. Roll me some damage, mate.
All right, do it.
6 slashing. She's bleeding profusely and is not prone, but is just clinging on.
Finish him.
Sounds like Fraff would like to do the honors.
Yeah, it's time for
a dagger. That's a hit. Do I need to roll damage for this or not? I don't think so.
Boom.
Yeah. Nice, that's it. So, in the armpit.
In the armpit again.
Okay.
Left
and
armpit.
This will kill her. Is that okay with you?
That is okay with me.
Great. She is dead. She falls down, completely bleeds out. You just open up an existing wound artery that was there. Just like, oh, this is
so much.
Yeah, this is horrendous. Anything else? Because you can move and do extra attacks. She's dead.
I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything to this rat, am I?
You don't believe so with what Cloydon has said, unless you have any offensive magic or anything silver on your person that you could use as a weapon.
Well, there's nothing I can really do now, except for like maybe hide.
Okay, Cloydon.
Okay. Against all my better judgment, I am going to try hold person again on the rat. Lycanthrope, because I think good. Prisoner we can interrogate. So, Wisdom saving throw versus 15.
And has disadvantage. It fails. So it is held. Everything I'm going to say except its lips and its jaw a little bit.
I kind of got it. Yeah, I guess I've got it under control. And I want to say, I don't want to kill you, but I cannot speak for my friends. Tell us everything you know.
Tell us all you know.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I don't know anything. I'm just an enforcer. You killed the person who that guy who I thought was some legs, but then turned into a dwarf. Carved her up good. She's the only one who'd know anything. Why can't I move? He says, you're Zentarim. We kill you. That's what we do. This is our territory now.
Okay, well, I have no further questions, but we have this person frozen for a minute.
Okay, well, he's frozen for 1 minute, and I'm going to say you've got 30 seconds to work out how you might deal with him from now before the spell wears off. And any of you can go now. We'll say we're out of initiative for the time being.
Yeah, it's up to you guys.
Damn, what do we do?
Well,
can we kill it?
I vote we just. I say we just well, actually, I don't like these creatures. I think it's a shame we've killed everyone else, but you can do with it what you like. I won't suffer these things to live.
Guys, I'm going to head off to bed now because I'm knackered. Good game.
Okay, Laura.
Thank you so much.
It won't go on much longer than this.
Probably should be. How much longer is it going to go on?
Oh, like probably 10 minutes more, but it won't be.
Okay, I'll stay for 10 minutes. No. I want to know the end, so
I
I'll
feel
stay.
like we'll resolve what happens to this little guy.
Yeah. So, what do you want to do? The spell's about to wear off.
Can we attack it?
Sure. Do you want to attack it? Then.
Yeah, you're free to act. Like we're out of initiative, so you can basically do what you want. I'm holding it for the next 10 seconds.
How weak is it? Do we have any idea?
Dying.
Yeah. It's pretty. It seems pretty alright.
Oh shit!
But it can't move, so
it can't move for another 10 seconds of real time.
Kill it.
Should we try and intimidate it away? Because we've got like numbers against it.
You want to kill it?
What do you say to it?
Can't we all move around it?
I'm losing control.
Okay.
I can't hold it much longer.
You all move around it then?
Yeah.
You're trying to intimidate. What are you saying? Who's saying it?
Well, we killed all of you, all the rest of you. Your time's up. You need to run away.
And as you turn to its silver point, the fact that it's held and the fact that it's looking at your silver ball, it starts shaking with fear. And it's like, please, let me go. He says, I won't bite too many innocent people. Oh, I mean, why did I say that? and then its spell runs off, and you successfully intimidate it. So,
nice.
It runs this way. It tries to run that way. If you want to attack it, then you may, as an attack of opportunity, Sybil. But otherwise,
yeah.
You letting it go?
No, I should attack it, shouldn't I?
Up to you.
Yeah, one last kick in the
Okay.
ass.
Right. Okay. Well, you miss it anyway.
Yeah.
And in fact, no, you have advantage, right?
Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah, roll it.
Yeah,
Oh no,
she
it already rolled it. So it did both of them. So
Yeah,
it runs
too
away, and it is gone. You have dealt with the dead rats, or at least this faction of them. And what do you want to do? So you now see when the sort of like the blood mist of combat clears, mist mainly created by riffraff. You see a tent, which is hang on.
Looks like a giant Rizzler.
Yeah, which is here. You see a huge metal gate with a large that's locked with a huge padlock on it.
And we got the key from Lord Jones.
And then you don't have the bodies of the were-rats. They've sort of faded away weirdly. But you've got the human bodies left over.
Nice.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Lord Jones has got the key from the mask that was embedded in the mask.
Yeah.
Should we try and see if that door opens, or smash the mask and see if the key comes out? And
is the key loose? Does he have access to the key?
Yeah, I think he separated it from the mask.
Okay, well, I think we should definitely try it in the gate here.
Yeah, it works. It works perfectly.
Okay.
Oh, nice one.
So he says that to the rest of you guys. Yeah, I have the key to this door.
Got the key.
So you.
Cloyden would like to search Ganassi specifically.
Ganassi.
Just to sort of see. Actually, Cloyden's going to go like body to body. The two heavies and the Ganassi just sort of muttering prayers to the oak father.
Oh, that's nice.
Put their bodies to rest.
Okay.
But specifically with the Ganassi, she's not stupid. She'll keep an eye out for maybe she'll do an investigation check on her just to see if there's anything relevant to our mission.
So for doing the spells, I'm going to give you inspiration, Cloyden, for playing perfectly up to your character, even in the face of death, but also from learning a little something from Sybil about, corpses sometimes have valuable things. And so if you're investigating...
Yeah, I'll do an investigation, I guess.
You see
I'm rolling as Lord Jones, which is weird.
you know what roll as you. Oh, is that just what it's doing? Okay, 14. So at 14 you find say 25 gold pieces.
Ooh.
You also find 50 of those weird tokens that you saw on Simon Smith.
Okay, so
and you also find a piece of paper that has like notes scrawled all over it, and it has words like Zentarim, infiltration, cult ? And it also has the sigil that you recognize at the base of the statue, which she is sketched almost as if it's a relief. What were you about to say, Cloyden?
I feel like maybe this is DCI hard tax. Do not kill. Double agent.
Okay, well, if you said it out loud, you have no way of telling. There's nothing related to the City Watch here.
Okay. Just because she'd kept notes, I was wondering. By the way, I'm going to what were the tokens again? We know what they were.
They were wooden or ivory.
But do we know what
things that you don't know what they are? None of you recognize them.
Okay.
However, the last thing that is a like a rubbing of a token that they've seen, some of a carving that they've seen somewhere.
So I'll keep the tokens and the rubbing and the notes. I'll leave the gold.
You show the notes to anybody.
Yeah. I show those to everyone that's. I say, hey guys, look at what I.
So as you show the notes, and people look at the picture of the man, it's like an etching of a crude man, and then a giant, what looks like dog or wolf, stood next to him. You all of the people who were on the previous adventure, H.A.H.A agency, get a shiver down your spine as you remember the man that you saw in the mist clapping you slowly when you finished the foggy mansion. And as you get that shiver down your spine and look at the words that say cult infiltrations on Tarim, a gust of wind blows and the iron gates down at the bottom below eerily open. And that's where we'll leave it for tonight.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well done, man. That was awesome.
Nice one, guys.
Yeah.
Good work. Good work done.
Good we're playing with Lukey.
I got some real goosebumps there last
Yeah.
Oh. So
Wait, so we didn't use the key to open the door, it just opened.
No, you did. You did. Lord Jones did.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he unlocked it.
And then it was loose, and then
it was loose. Yeah.
A brilliantly timed gust of wind blew it open. So yeah, that's where we'll leave it for tonight.
Brilliant.
Nice
That's really
one.
good, mate. Thank you.
Nice one, guys.
Yeah, it was really good.
That's fantastic.
So we'll try and see if I'm gonna have to like probably amalgamate a few things to shorten this adventure, because I don't want to take up 3 sessions because we want to keep these quite short. But
yeah, but those barrels.
I'll get a doodle poll going on for part 2 basically, and then
those barrels when we came out of the sewer, we needed to check those barrels.
No, I thought you checked most of them.
We did.
It was all like
we checked the crates, we didn't check the barrels.
I thought you checked one of them. Okay, yeah.
Go back. We also need to check
you should quickly run back at the beginning of the next session.
Yeah.
Nice one, guys.
That was brilliant, mate. Well
hope everyone enjoyed it. And I think it set things up well for part 2. So yeah,
Very good.
nice one.
Impressive. Bye. Night, guys.
Fantastic. See you guys.
Night.
Next
I'm
time.
gonna head off too. I'll see you later.
Cheers.
Bye.
My birthday in 20 minutes. In 30.
Oh, happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Sybil.
Happy birthday.
I'll be fast asleep.
All right.
Quite
See you
right.
soon. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.